Let me do this here. Boom. There we go. Let's try that again. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. All right. Thank you so very much for being here because, as you know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate you. So, thank you so very much. All right. With that being said, I want you all right, to do all of the good things. Do all of the good things while you are here. All right. And that means if you are over here on the TikTok side, all right, I want you to keep tapping that screen, sharing and reposting the live. Let's make sure we are knocking out the gift goals. Thank you so much for taking out the hi, I'm new here. I appreciate y'all. I'll go ahead and change that to another penny goal for us. And that means if you are over on, oh, wow. Thank you, Swan. That is pretty. Thank you for the buddy. What is that? The buddy kiss? Thank you. Bubbly kiss? I can't read. There we go. Thank you, Swan. I appreciate you, love. All right. But guys, what that also means is that if you are over on the tube, make sure you're doing all of the good things there too. Make sure that we are liking the stream, send some of those reacts. Also, make sure if you can share it. And guys and everyone, keep the chat going. Keep the chat going, okay? With that being said, if you'd like to support me, support the live, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. All right. And if you're over on the tube, best way to support is via a super chat. Thank you all again for being here. And if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box, request up, and let's have a conversation. It's not hard, I promise. All right. I don't want to talk about your feelings. I'm pretty sure you know that. So just get in the box. Let's have a conversation and we're going to go from there. All right. First person to come up is going to be, drum roll, please. It's my backup. It's my backup. I'm funny. I make me laugh. I do. I make me laugh. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. Hi, Trevor. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And for
Yeah,
TikTok
person.
purposes, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. All right. And why are you still supporting Trump?
Well, I think he's done a lot to make this country better. He's gotten rid of illegals. He's trying to take Greenland
Okay.
because he needs it to protect from the Russia and China. So
Okay, I
that's why I
just
voted
want
for
to
him.
set a boundary. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to set a boundary. On this space, we don't say illegals, we say undocumented immigrants. So you can say undocumented or undocumented immigrants.
All right,
Thank you.
I got that.
Appreciate you. So you were saying with Greenland and then go on?
But yeah, that's basically why I voted for him. I just think he's a great man. He's done a lot. So yeah,
Did he run on basically going into Greenland? I know he mentioned it in his first term, but you said that's why you voted for him. Did he
no,
mention it? Uh-huh.
no, that's part of why. But America needs Greenland for
We need
protection.
Greenland for protection.
Yeah,
What?
because Russia and China might use it to try and attack us.
Okay. Who? Okay. So Russia and China might use it to attack us. All right. But there's a few different things here that we might want to take into consideration. Let me see. How close is Alaska to Russia?
About it's about 2 miles,
Mm-hmm.
something
It's
like
super
that.
duper close. Yeah. It's really actually, yeah, it's super duper close. I think less than that. Remember, Sarah Palin said that she could see it outside of her window? Do you
All
remember
right.
that? No? It was
So
a
do you support
pipe dream.
him?
No, I do not support Donald Trump. Donald Trump's the worst president ever
Why?
because he makes really bad decisions, like threatening to strike Greenland, using military action in Greenland. Also, he is going about the whole mass deportation completely wrong by actually, what is it that he's doing? Oh, I'm sorry, not allowing people due process. ICE has pew pewed 11 people since September. Let me see, what else is it they're
ICE
doing?
have done what? So say that again.
They pew pew, they shot. I don't know why I'm using that language. I always say the words on my platform, but yeah, they've shot 11 people since September. So there's
Right,
that.
but you
Hold
gotta
on. Oh, I'm
understand
so
that was in
sorry. I
self
wasn't
defense.
finished. I wasn't finished telling you why I don't like Trump. Let me finish. All right. Also, additionally, I think I mentioned the Constitution because he's not allowing people due process. All right. He also is going against the Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure. and he is definitely attacking the First Amendment. We definitely saw that with Jimmy Kimmel earlier in 2025. Now, what he's doing is he is threatening our right to free speech and to protest. So, our freedom to assemble. What else is Donald Trump? Good God, I'm thinking of so much. Oh, he refuses to release the e-files in full. So there's that. And overall, he's just a shitty person.
All right, so you made a lot of points. It's kind of hard to keep track, but
Would you like to borrow the big pencil? Take notes.
what was the first point you said?
The first one is that he is not, oh, that he's a shitty person. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that first. The first one that I said was that he's not allowing people due process.
Right. So the point you made about the deportations. If I went inside your house without your consent, would you not want to kick me out?
That's a bad analogy because my house is private property. The United States isn't private property. We actually have laws dealing with people entering our country. You know that, right?
Right,
Okay, I just making
but
sure.
but if somebody's not here legally, they gotta go.
Actually, not necessarily. No, they actually have options. One of those options is filing a a defensive asylum claim. Are you familiar with that?
Not really. What is it?
Okay, so if you have deportation orders, a defensive asylum claim, all right, is you filing a petition for asylum, applying for it, because you fear persecution if you are to be returned home. That would be defensive asylum. So they have options.
Right, but like I kind of think that they're just using that as an excuse to try and like
It
stay
doesn't
and try to
matter.
like.
95% of asylum claims don't go through. So it doesn't matter if they're using it as
Right.
a lie, a defense, or whatever. It doesn't matter. All right. They still have to go through the process. They still have to be vetted. They have to the claim has to be credible. And they're still gonna have to go through it to an immigration judge and prove their point and have that judge make their case for them. So there's
All right,
that.
I'm gonna let somebody else speak now.
You gonna let someone else speak now? What you about to do?
Yeah,
You gonna go bye bye? What you gonna do?
no, no, because
Mm-hmm.
there's someone else on the panel, so I'm gonna let them talk.
Oh, the person below you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if she has anything to say. I don't know if she has anything to say to you because I'm not sure. Why don't
All
you want
right.
to talk anymore?
I kind of run out of things to say.
Oh, why is that?
That
You, your index cards? Do you got to shuffle them?
nah, I just can't say nothing more because I can't make any more points.
Can't make any more points. Okay, look down. Look at your screen. Look down.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, hi. That's my backup account.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Anyway,
yeah.
I gotta go now.
Okay. All right. Go on now. Go ahead. All right. We're gonna play the sound, guys.
They went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
Bruh. All right. Okay, all right. If you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box. Request up. All right, get in a box. Let's have a conversation. All right, let's talk about all of the fantastic things Donald Trump is doing. Okay, let's do
You
that.
dirty liberal
Hold on one
bastards. You
moment.
dirty liberal.
Let me handle the panel, guys. Unless you send an invite, let me handle the panel. I appreciate y'all.
That's
Oh,
look
hey, hey,
fucking
hey, hey,
smile.
hey, 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 put a sock in it. All right, or a rubber ball,
Reform
whichever
UK.
one you are more familiar with, but chill out, bro. Good grief. How you gonna come crashing in? That's weird. Don't do that. Don't make Trump supporters look bad. You're crashing in for no reason. Don't make them look bad,
I'm
bro.
not
Don't
a
do
Trump
that.
supporter, mate. I'm far worse than a Trump
Blah blah.
supporter.
I don't know. I don't care. All right. So anywho, shout out to cousin
Can't see
Jesse
either.
for the $2. Cousin Jesse said MAGA supporters like Trevor can never give you specifics on how he is making America better. He and so many other MAGA supporters love using talking points, but can't give you any policies from Trump. No, they cannot. They love using talking points. That's why I asked him, did he run out of index cards? Did you run out of index cards? Because what is that?
Fuck anti.
Okay, so if you're not a Trump supporter, like, why are you here? Like, what do you want? Did you just come here to slur?
I just fucking hate leftists, to be honest.
I just fucking hate leftists. Just to be honest. Like, no one gives a fuck. You don't even
I
go
was
here.
about to-
Bye.
what the hell was that?
You don't go here. You don't even
Why'd you start
go
quivering,
here.
mate? Why'd you start
Why
quivering?
don't you don't go here though? Like, you live across the pond, it sounds like. All right, why don't you go
And
get
you
your
make the
own
West look
fascist?
terrible, mate. You
Why
make the
don't
West
you
look
go
terrible.
eat some beans on toast? Go do that. Eat some beans on toast. All right, go eat some blood pudding. I call it bloody pudding, but it's blood pudding. All right, go eat some of that. All right, go eat some unseasoned beef. Go have yourself an English breakfast meat. An English breakfast. Okay? Put on a kilt and have yourself an English breakfast. Okay? With your unseasoned roast beef and all. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? Anywho, guys, keep tapping the screen, keep sharing the live, drop some hearts in the chat for Cousin Jesse. Thank you so much for the love, cousin. I appreciate you. I really, really do. All right. And if you'd like to support the stream, support me, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. That is the best way to support me, support the live, because TikTok be taking a whole lot, but I still got to knock out this gift gallery. Okay. So with that being said, guys, let's just keep doing all of the good things. And, I appreciate you all. Thank you all so, so very much. Now, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. All right. Stop hiding. There's no need to hide. There really isn't. And I'm so serious. Like, if you haven't seen my latest video, I legit did post a video and I said, Maga, I want a challenge. This has been the challenge so far. This is what they're calling a challenge. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. MAGA is a bunch of ultra crepidarians. That's what I say. Ultra crepidarians. Not even going to tell you what it means. You should look it up yourself. All right, because I don't want you all 404 of you, being ultra crepidarians. Go look it up yourself. Okay? Yeah. MAGA. You stink. Uh-oh, the tequila's coming back. All right, Trump supporters, get in the box. Only Trump supporters at this time request up. If you're not a Trump supporter, stay out of my request. Please, I beg, respect my boundaries. I do not ask for much. Hi, Angelica, are you a Trump supporter?
I was not, but I just wanted to share just something from a Mexican American. I want to say thank you for what you're doing, setting records straight, educating the Trump supporters that clearly are ignorant as hell.
Well, I appreciate you, love. Thank you so, so very much for the kind words. I hope you have a great night. Thank you.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, Trump supporters only, get in the box. Get in the box. All right? Get in the box. And again, respect boundaries. Please, I beg. Please don't make me be mean, mom. I do not want to be mean, mom. I really don't. It's not something I find joy in. I ask Bubba. It's not something that I'd be like, oh, yay, I get to be mean, mom. No, I don't like it too much. It's not fun. Anywho, what is going on in the news? We know that the last time we were live on Wednesday that the Trump administration had their ICE officers shoot another person in the leg, and they claimed that they were being ambushed, and that's why the shooting occurred. A bullshit, I'm pretty sure. But unfortunately for this one, there's not much information that has been released. Mark, there's not much info that has been released about this one for some reason or another. Could it be that they're lying? Yeah, it's definitely because they're lying, because they're fucking liars. That's all that they do is lie. Also, additionally, another thing with the Trump administration is that I heard about stories, and I think we should look into them. Yeah, it's BS. I don't know why Trump supporters think that they're going to get to yap in my comments. I do not know why. I don't know why. I just think that you all should learn something. Like this RBB guy who doesn't own a pair and can't even borrow a pair. Are you questioning that it's bullshit? Really? So you're telling us that you believe the Trump administration's lies? Okay, if so, I definitely have some beachfront property in the middle of the Mojave Desert to sell you. All right? Please contact my people so we can discuss price. All right. I am going to rip you off. I just want to let you know that. I am. I truly am. Because you're gullible as fuck. So there's that. Anywho, Trump supporters, get in the box, request up. Let's have a conversation. Let's make sure we are doing all of the good things. All of the good things. All right. And RBB, you sound like you can't yap in my comments anymore. That's crazy. What? Not you learning the lesson of the year. And it's so early. It's still January. Look at you having a yap from outside of the club. Wicked work. Wicked work. No, Mark, they said that they were being attacked with shovels. Not sticks, but shovels. So there's that. So that's in regards to the shooting on Wednesday. But I've also heard that that ICE agents in Minneapolis threw tear gas into a car with children in it. The fuck are we doing? They threw tear gas into a car with children in it. Yes, the children were harmed. There also was an incident where they threw it into a car and a baby was harmed. A 6-month-old baby had to be hospitalized. Yeah, and a baby stopped breathing. It's just awful. It's awful. I saw an article today on NBC News that I actually think that I do want us to go over. So that's what we're going to go over. I want to talk about the shootings that have happened with ICE. So that's what I would like to have us look at here. So let's pull that up on the screen. And I'll get that taken care of for the tube also. Sunny. Uh-oh, I'm singing the theme song again, guys. Okay. That's not what I want on the screen. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. This is a news report, and let's go over to the TikToks and pull it up on the screen. I swear, I'm gonna teach Bubba how to be my what is it called, guys? My production assistant. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Gonna have to teach the kid, get him to work, put him to work. Trump will be very proud if I put my 11-year-old to work. He'd be like, that's the American way. There go his big ass face. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I don't like this motherfucker. I don't like Trump. And I think it's okay to say that you don't like him. They be like, you just don't like him. You know what? You're right. I do not like him. All right. He is simply just not a good person. Really, really bad. Disgusting. Abhorrent. Deplorable. All of the bad things. Donald Trump is all of the bad things. So there's that. Anywho, let's take a look here and see what we have going on. So as I was mentioning earlier, guys, Trump's DHS has shot 11 people during immigration enforcement operations since September. This is the article from what is it called? From NBC News. Okay, so here in our opening paragraph, it reads, federal immigration officers have shot 11 people since September as the Department of Homeland Security has ramped up deportation operations around the country. In the majority of the shootings, officers have fired into cars. Think about that, guys. They fired into cars. That is very concerning because how are they supposed to know if children are in the car?
Good job,
you
Ice.
can't see you. Listen, don't come up here proving the point that you're a deplorable person. Like, listen, like, don't just go full blown deplorable. Just try to slow walk us there, okay? What the fuck are we doing? But when it comes to children, you can't see children in a car because they typically sit in the back and they're short. That's why they're in the back. So what the fuck are they shooting
Ice,
into
go real
cars for?
American. Let's go.
Okay. Oh my god. So I don't know who did that. I think it was you because you're a pussy. But thank goodness you're gone. What a bitch. These Trump supporters are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting human beings. Anywho, Guys, do something for me while we go over this article. Let's make sure that we are knocking out our gift goal. All right, so let's go ahead and knock out the finger hearts. All right, and if you want me to continue to get pushed, all right, and so that we can have these conversations, I need a favor from you all. I need everyone to take a look in the top left-hand corner of their screen. All right, top left is this way because I'm reversed. Top left-hand corner of their screen, tap on my face, all right? If you see it there, okay, do that, and then you'll see the gift gallery. Look at the gift gallery. If there's anything that you can take care of, by all means, take care of it. Hector isn't here tonight to like dom you into doing it, so I have to give it a shot. I have to give it a shot. And he's going to be very disappointed come Monday when he comes back if you all didn't do what you were supposed to do. I just want to let you know that. And I am a snitch. I am a snitch. I'm not going to fucking hold you. I am a snitch. So with that being said, let's continue on with the article. All right, let's see here. Federal, and this is a tactic that law enforcement authorities and policing experts have been trying for decades to curtail. The vehicle shootings raised serious concerns among policing experts about the rapidly expanding, good grief, deployment of DHS personnel into American communities, where officers are regularly captured on video clashing with immigrants who are in the country illegally, as well as citizens who protest the arrest. So there's that. Fudge sickles. Okay, the shootings are not one-offs, said Jim Burman, the former police chief in Redlands, California. Sorry, guys, I'm texting. There we go. Okay. He now runs the Future Policing Institute, a research group. This is clearly developing into a pattern and practice of how they deal with people in the enforcement of immigration laws. And to me, that's the most alarming thing we're seeing. What we are seeing is we have seen many incidents of immigration agents put themselves in the front of vehicles. So they're putting themselves in the line of harm. All right. And then they're using that as an excuse to pew pew. All right. Most notably, we saw that with Renee Nicole Good. All right. If you want to argue that point, are you with your brother's baby mama, second cousin twice removed? Like the fuck? All right. Because no. All right. Because we saw what we saw. He put himself, all right, in the line of harm. And that is actually against DOJ and DHS policy. So there's that. What else have we saw? We've seen ICE officers actually antagonize and aggress situations, make them more volatile than need be. We saw that when we saw the officer unholster his weapon and point it directly at a protester's face for no reason whatsoever. None. The protester wasn't doing anything. We saw it when an ICE officer also took it upon themselves to tackle a protester. That protester wasn't doing anything. The officer first reached for the protester in an effort to actually hit them. So they were trying to hit them. The protester put their hand out to defend themselves, and the ICE officer commits to chasing them and then tackling them. So there's that. We also saw ICE use a battering ram to break down the door of a person's home for no reason when they could have just knocked. They could have knocked. And speaking of that case, guys, not to jump around too much, but you know, I got ADHD. It is what it is. Speaking of, right, here's the deal. Garrison Gibson is his name. Garrison Gibson is his name. He is Liberian. He had a deportation order in 2009, right? 2009. And that order was stayed as long as he continued to do his check-ins, his monthly check-ins with immigration. As long as he continued to do his check-ins with immigration, he would be perfectly fine. But, oh, something breaking just came in. I'll go over that in just a moment. But what ended up happening is because he had that deportation order from 2009, the Trump administration thought it prudent, even though he was doing everything he was supposed to do, to try to deport him. So when they showed his wife the administrative warrant, all right, which isn't an order for removal, okay, his wife, of course, contested it. So with that being said, A judge actually found that he should be released. So Garrison Gibson is back home with his family, which is wonderful because he's married to an American citizen. So he's back home with his family, which is great. He has no criminal records, none whatsoever, no criminal record, right? He has been law abiding since he came into the United States of America, all right? But Trump supporters will still get on these panels and tell us that they are, in fact, supporting someone who's getting rid of criminals. Where's the criminality? Where's the criminality in checking in each month with immigration like you're supposed to? There is none. There is no criminality in that. All right. And then we have the Trump administration wanting to do remigration, which is a tenet of white supremacy. It's a white supremacist ideology that this is the way that you can basically make the blood of the country pure by basically making it homogenous. Homogenous? Is that how you say the word? Is that how you say it? Homogenous? I think that's how you say it. Homogeneous? I don't know. No one's telling me how to say it, so therefore I'm going to go with I'm correct. Anywho, Trump supporters are not here, but I do want to finish this and then I'll likely hit a restart. But with that being said, guys, here's the deal. The issue at hand is they're doing white supremacy right in front of our faces. Typically, these are things that you feel that some of you, all right, not me, I'm black, okay? I'm just going to let you know that. If you haven't known, I'm black. Hi. We've been new, okay? A lot of people are just finding out. With that being said, they're doing it and they're being extremely loud about it. And they have been loud about it for a very long time now. I would say at least for the last, 8 or 9 years. They've been super loud about it. They do not care to hide it anymore. It's just that, for the first 7 years, a lot of you weren't listening. You weren't listening. With that being said, ICE, as Swan would say, and I wholeheartedly agree with her, they're agents of white supremacy because they're upholding this tenet. They are participating in the efforts of remigration. So that's what that is. What they're doing is they are getting rid of the black and the brown immigrant. And the question does beg to be asked, all right? It begs to be asked, what has the immigrant done differently? That is a simple question. Shout out to Swan. What has the immigrant done differently to justify the treatment that the Trump administration via ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is giving them? What have they done to justify the lawlessness, the violence, the aggression, the death? What have they done to deserve it? Like, what has changed? I want somebody to tell me. I think that's how we'll open up on the next one. Let's go continue on with this article, and then we are going to hit a restart. Y'all better hope I hit a restart because I might take a nap. I ain't even going to fucking hold you. I'm kind of hungry, and I might do that. I might take a fucking nap. You never know. You never know with me sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, but before we do that, finish with the article, shout out to Feisty. Thank you so very much, Feisty, for the 5 memberships over on the tube. Thank you so very much. Y'all drop some hearts in the chat for Feisty. Also, shout out to Zizu. Zizu, I hope I said that right. Zizu said it's wild that Trump accepted a secondhand trophy from Mikado. It's like buying someone's middle school baseball trophy at a yard sale and flaunting it as if it still has meaning. Thank you, Sisu. I appreciate you. You are so right. You are so right. Also, I don't trust that lady. It's something about her I can't put my finger on, but I do not trust her. But yes, please drop those hearts in the chat. And if you're a member on the tube and also a fan over here on the TikToks, all right, I'm gonna call you a supporter. If you're a supporter here over on the TikToks, make sure you use your sticker, guys. Make sure you use your sticker. Okay, let's keep doing all of the good things. Go watch my latest video, guys. Go watch my latest video and then come right back. Make sure you like, you comment, you repost. Let's do all of it and then come back because, yes, Gucci, I agree. I think it was a bribe also. But let's do that and then come right back, guys, so we can get back into these conversations with these Trump supporters. But yes, it is very concerning that the Trump administration via ICE has basically shot 11 people since September. That's absolutely insane. The highest in years. So there's that. So here we are. Also, shout out to Bugs for becoming a member over on the tube. Thank you so much, Miss Bugs. I appreciate you, love. Drop some hearts in the chat for Miss Bugs, guys. I'm not going to do the whole thing because we're about to hit a restart, but make sure you come right on back. Go watch my latest video. All right. We're still working on getting to 100,000 views within this month. Okay. So that we can get into the program because, as you know, this is what I do for a living. Okay. So I mean, there's that. I mean, I do other stuff, but this is what I do, and I enjoy it a lot. So let's do all of the good things and come right back, guys. It's over 300 people. Come right back. One moment. Hi, TikTok. Not say TikTok. It's YouTube. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't know what to do. I'm in one of those moments where I don't want to go back to TikTok. And then the TikTok people are going to come over to the tube and be like, what's taking you so long? It's going to be a whole thing. But you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to hit a restart over on TikTok. So I'm going to go ahead and play the intro for you. It'll be like a brief commercial break and then we'll be right back. Love you all. See you in a few moments here. See you in a few moments. Boom, and we back. And we are back. Hi, Tube. Hi, Tiggy Talks. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back. Well, not all of you came back, but it's okay. It's fine. Trump supporters, go ahead and request up. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation and chat. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. Make sure that we're tapping the screen, sharing the live. All right. Continue to repost, put it on your story, and let's go ahead and keep knocking out those gift goals. Thank you all so very much. And if you'd like to support the stream, support me, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. All right. And if you are considering coming up here to, how can I say this? Slur, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. I'm just going to ask to speak to your mother. That's all. That's all. And then I'm going to ask you why your father didn't come in a sock. Okay, so let's go. I am not for play. I just want to let you all know that. Hi, Direct. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hey, how you doing? I am, yeah.
Okay.
I support all my presidents.
And how old are you for TikTok purposes?
26.
Okay. All right. Why are you still supporting Trump? Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. One moment. Jordan, are you a Trump supporter? I sent you a request to unmute.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
36.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to place you on mute, Jordan, since Direct was here first, and then we'll just go from there. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. All right. So, Direct, why are you still supporting Trump?
I mean, first off, I love the taste of orange dick.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Do you also like the taste of the balls too? The testicles?
Not as much.
How do they feel? How do they feel when they hit that little dangly thing in the back of your
I mean, I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried it?
But
you should.
You are really cute, by the way.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Jordan, go ahead and unmute yourself. Thank you for the fireworks, Mel. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Drop some hearts in the chat for Mel, y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Mel. Oh, man, Mel. I didn't turn the thing
Hello?
on. Okay, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, why are you still supporting Trump?
I support Trump the same reason why I supported Obama and I supported Joe Biden, because he is my president.
So you believe in blind loyalty?
I believe in supporting the person that we have put in charge and to trust that they are going to guide us in a way.
Yeah, it sounds like blind loyalty.
Not blind. I don't have to agree with everything he does, but I can support him and I can hope that he moves in the right direction. Does that mean that I accept everything that he does and I agree with it and I like it? Not at all. I didn't like everything Obama did. I didn't like everything Joe Biden did. I didn't like everything George Bush did. I didn't like everything, but I support them, especially as a member of the military. They were my commander in chief and I had to listen to them. I support my leaders and my followers.
So if they told you to go into a burning house, you do it?
If that's what I was required, that's what I would do.
Okay. They told you to jump off of a cliff, you do it too?
Is it to save somebody? Is it to save my nation?
No, I'm asking you. I asked the question I wanted to ask. I didn't have to add any context.
I'm sorry.
If
when you asked me
if they tell you to jump off of a cliff because they're your commander in chief, would you do it?
If it was my first, on the first question you asked,
Yes or
running
no?
into a burning building, I'm going to get to your answer. I just wanted to clarify on the first question.
I didn't make any context. I didn't add any context. You
I
said
know,
you
but
would
I'm
run into
letting
the
you know that
burning building if it was to save
I added
someone.
context. I thought I was running
There's
into
no
a building to
need.
save
It's literally
someone.
just a question. All right?
I
They
thought I was
asked
running
you
into a building to save
jump off of
someone.
a cliff. Would you jump off the cliff? Yes or no?
I'm not getting in my life. It's an unlawful order.
It's an unlawful. Oh, okay. Okay, so you don't have blind loyalty. Okay, all right, cool. All right, so you are capable of independent thought. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure what we were dealing with here. I wanted to make sure if I was dealing with a sycophant, or if I was dealing with a bootlicker. I might be dealing with a bootlicker, but
just a Marine.
Not a sycophant. Okay, all right. Anywho, so you say that you support Trump, but you don't agree with everything that he's done. What do you agree with?
I agree with the tariffs. I agree with the VA Act that he installed that allows veterans to be able to go to private hospitals to be able to get aid instead of sitting in a line and waiting for months and dying, waiting for a doctor's appointment, which is essentially what the healthcare that everybody wants is federal healthcare. It's essentially what the VA is. And I recommend to everybody that if you really want universal healthcare, try the VA, because there's thousands of people that die every year waiting on a VA.
That's not how universal health care works, first of all. Thank you very
Well, it's
much.
how Canada
All right.
works.
Actually, Canada has a longer life expectancy than the United States of America, and they have universal health care. So, I mean, there's that.
A longer life expectancy, but they don't get fast medical care. I
They
have
do
friends
actually
that
do
live
get
there.
fast medical care. So,
Well, not
there's
everybody,
that. How do you know for not everybody?
because I have friends that live in Canada, and I have
Oh,
known they
your
have been
personal
waiting.
experience. Okay. Well,
Is,
yeah.
is personal experience not a valid experience?
No,
Is that
actually, it's
not
not
a
because it's not empirical. It's anecdotal. How are we supposed to prove it? All right. If I told you, all right, that I met Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, Michelle Obama, and Black Jesus yesterday, and we did brunch, all right, and Black Jesus does in fact eat pork, okay, how are you gonna tell me that that didn't happen? Think about it.
I mean,
How are you gonna
how
tell
can
me it
I
didn't
prove
happen?
it?
Yeah. Exactly. Your personal experience means absolutely shit here. I just want to let you
That's
know
not
that.
true. I can actually figure
So
out what
with
those are
that,
very popular people, and I can figure out
yeah,
exactly where their
sure,
locations
you
were and if they
can't
were where
prove
you
it.
were.
You can't prove
I can
it.
prove it.
You can't
If you
prove
say you were
it.
at lunch with Michelle Obama, but Michelle Obama said that she was at brunch with her husband, then you're lying. You can prove it. Simple as that.
Okay. Anywho, moving on. Your personal experience, all right, is simply shit here. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay,
But
fair
if you
enough.
have
Then we'll
some
move on from
data,
that.
if you have some data to provide, I'd be happy to take that. It's
I
up to
don't
you
have
how
data
you
off the
want to.
top of
Oh,
my
so
head.
do you
Sorry.
want to move on to the next thing?
Sure, if you want to. You just asked. The question is, why do you still support Donald Trump? It's because he's my president.
Okay. Is that all you came up here to say?
I mean, if you have questions for me, do you have more
Okay.
questions?
I do have a question for you. Who was the
Okay.
president in 2014?
Who was the president in 2014?
Mm-hmm.
It was the president right before Donald Trump.
What was that
So
president's name?
Barack Obama.
Okay. All right. As a when did you enlist?
When did I enlist?
Mm-hmm.
I enlisted in 2008.
Okay. In 2008. Okay.
Yes.
So were you in the military in 2014? Did you have to you've been using the VA and all of that good stuff? Like you've been using all of this, right? Because in 2000, I just want to
Since
make sure that
since
like
I've gotten out, I've used the VA.
okay, when did you get out?
18.
In 18. Okay. All right. Cool. So you may know that the Veteran Choice Act of 2014, all right, signed by President Barack Hussein Obama, allowed veterans to go to private doctors. Okay.
And it was
allowed,
denied the very first time it went up.
it doesn't
He
matter
put
if
it
it was
into practice.
denied.
It was
I'm
denied.
so sorry. Was it passed, sir? Was
Not
it
in
passed?
2014.
Actually, yeah, it was.
No,
It was
ma'am. It
passed in
wasn't.
2014. You can look it up. It's called the Veteran Choice Act. You can look it up. Because what you don't maybe what it is that you don't understand is that you don't seem to understand that laws can be passed, all right, and then they can be expanded upon. So go look it up. It's called the Veteran Choice Act. We can wait while you do so because we have someone else here. Hi, Kai. Are you a Trump supporter? Kai?
Supporter is a reach. I voted for him.
You voted for him. Do you still support him today?
I don't have a problem with him being the president of the United States.
Oh, well, moment, not the skedaddle.
They went skedaddle.
Not the skedaddle.
Skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
I said I want a challenge, okay? I want a challenge. Know your shit. Don't come up here speaking from your emotions. That is so silly pants behavior. Like, what are we doing? Okay, you said you don't have a... Okay, let's get back to this guy. All right, so Kai, you said that you don't have a problem with him as president. That's what you just said. So, like, if we were voting today, all right, who would you vote for? Would you vote for Trump or Kamala Harris?
I'll still stick with my same.
Okay, all right. So why are you still supporting Trump?
I think it's mainly because what the Democratic Party sees is mostly like and I know like being the president of the United States is like under a microscope. They judge you for everything or whatever, but it's like you just put such a negativity on everything that he. just like, ugh, why you still breathing type of thing. And it's like, I don't see that.
What?
So I just don't see him as a negative. I don't see him as like just this big walking negative thing.
You don't see him as this bit walking negative thing? Like, what do you mean?
Yes.
Like, is there a policy or something of his that you support and act? Like, what, like actions that he's taking that you support?
Uh, Not necessarily a policy, but it's more so how he goes about things is why I really
How
was
does he
with it.
how does he go about things? Tell us more.
Uh, it's the way he goes about things is kind of make it so, and a lot of people see this as a negative or positive, but it could be spun either way. But uh, the way he goes about things as a not national but global type of thing is like it doesn't come off as like he's not weak. It's not gonna come off as like, oh, we should go to America and mess with them and do shit like this. It's like people like other countries are gonna be looking like, oh, we can't really mess with America because
You just a fan. You just a fan. You basically
nah,
do your politics like the
I'm
rest
not
of
at all a
us.
fan because I'm completely aware that no, because what really I don't want to say it turned me off, but it was one thing where he did an interview a while ago where he was talking about how he won a re-election and he said that he wanted to go down as the greatest president, and that just kind of made me just think like this is like a legacy run for him. Like because Trump has been a billionaire
It's
our entire
always a
lives, so
legacy. Your
yes,
legacy
he's
is cemented the day that you're the president elect. So it's always going to be about legacy. I don't
yeah,
understand
you can
that.
have
So
yeah,
hold on
but
one moment.
if
I'm not going to argue legacy with you. But like, so the fact that he's a 34 count felon, or the fact that he's a civilly adjudicated rapist. He also is a person who lied over 30,000 times in their first term. He's a person who has no policy, actually, no policy whatsoever.
Agenda
And
47 was his policy.
that acts that he has, that not even the acts, the actions that he's taken as president, specifically in this second term, all right, have led to higher prices for United States citizens, specifically in areas like furniture, housing, along with what else do we have? Oh, our groceries. So we have higher prices there. We have other countries not wanting to buy our debt, which is definitely going to spell trouble for the United States of America. We are on the brink of war with several different countries, including Mexico, Cuba, Iran, Greenland, Colombia. Um, I what? Like none of that. Like I'm not even talking. We don't even have to go into what he's doing in regards to deportation. Like we don't even have to go there, do we? Because we know that that's wrong. We know that him denying people their fundamental, constitutional rights, such as due process and the right to, legal search and seizure, are all being basically pooped on. Okay, I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to cuss. But we're not going to talk about any of that. You want to talk about the fact that he did an interview and he was talking about his legacy?
No, I didn't say I wanted to talk about that, but
You
that
said
was
that's
one
what it
thing.
was. So like, what are
I
we doing?
said that's what kind of turned me off, is what I said.
But what are we? What?
And then you went on to a litany of other things that
A
didn't
lot
have
of
anything
bad
to do with
stuff, right?
it. It depends how you flip it.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What? How you flip
It
it?
depends
Being found,
because everything is perspective.
everything's perspective when someone is in fact a felon. So like, we're okay now with
I'm
felons running the country.
I mean, more than 1 million people voted for him, so apparently so.
I mean, how many people?
More than 1 million people voted
Oh, you
for him,
said
so
more than a million. I thought you said something else. I say, don't say that. Don't do that. We're not gonna do that. Okay.
apparently they don't care if he's a felon.
Obviously you
That
don't
doesn't
care
matter.
either.
I mean, that's a mute point at this point. More than 1 million people voted for him, so that is a mute point. I don't know why people keep bringing up that talking point.
I put it in the chat. I put it in the chat, y'all. I put it in the chat because I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a better person because I was told that people do not like being corrected publicly. Okay.
Oh, you
And
can
that
go
I
ahead,
don't
correct me.
have, no, no, one moment, sir, one moment. And that I do not have to be pedantic about these things. So I just simply put it in the chat. That's all I did. I put it in the chat. Whew, that took a lot from me, guys. Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, you saying that's a moot point? Yeah. And actually, I don't think there's a moot point. To be perfectly honest with you, I think is indicative of the climate in the United States of America. That people are more willing to vote for a person with a criminal record. They're more willing to vote for a person who has sexual assault allegations against them, who also, again, was found civilly liable for sexually abusing a woman, amongst a whole litany of other things, than vote for a woman who is more than qualified. I think that says a lot about this country than anything else. That we're living in a country full of deplorables.
I mean,
Hillary
apparently it
called
can't
it.
be.
Go ahead. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
it can't be that bad considering the fact that Kamala Harris just bought an $8 million house in Malibu. Can't be that bad.
It still can be that bad. What does that have to do with the
Mm,
price of tea in Ghana?
just saying. You said the economy and all this other stuff is bad. It can't be that bad if she's out here
You're talking about
buying
a
stuff.
person who already had money buying a house that's worth money. Is that what you're talking about? Like the average American, what's the rate of home sales at this current time? Shall we look into it?
What was your question?
What is the rate of home sales? Like, are home sales on the up and up, so the upswing, or have they declined?
Uh, no, there's more. What's the word I'm looking for? There are more houses being, there are more houses on the market than being sold.
You said there are more houses on the market than being sold. You're right, because home sales are declining, right? I'm sorry, I'm talking to my kid.
It's
Okay.
cool.
Anywho, don't have kids. Anywho,
You
what are we
said don't
doing?
have kids.
Like, kids are not kids. See, that's what I mean. Don't have kids. So, what I'm saying is that home sales are declining for the average American. So we're not purchasing home. Yeah, if you're already rich, sure, buy a house. I mean, you have the funds to do so. There's that. I don't understand what that has to do with anything, especially when it comes to, again, the average working class and middle class American.
Uh, I just,
What are you saying?
I just think that everyone is just making it seem like Trump is this big threat when in actuality I don't think he's a threat to
Why don't you think he's a
America.
threat?
Uh, because he's not a threat. Everybody's saying he's authoritarian. He's a dictator when in actuality he's not a dictator.
Oh, okay. He wants to be a dictator. That's what everyone is saying. He wants to be a dictator because the
No,
actions that he's taking
people are
is
flat out
how
saying
is
he is
the
because
actions
the
of
whole
a
ICE
wannabe
thing.
dictator.
People are saying he's flat out a dictator and calling him ICE Gestapos, according to Tim
They are the
Walz.
Gestapo. They are.
Aren't
They're acting as
Gestapo's
his own
secret police?
They're acting as basically his own para-police force is what they're doing. All right. He wasn't able to put the National Guards into city like he wanted to, so he's using ICE as their replacement. All right. So with the Gestapo, all right, that's what we have. We have them running around cities, harming people, detaining people without cause, apprehending people and stopping them, and based off of things such as their ethnicity, along with the language they're speaking, where they're located at. So if they're located at certain businesses, they can stop them. We have all of this happening, right? And we also have ICE agents literally unaliving American citizens.
That
So
was going on under Obama's administration too. There were like 59 people that died under
yeah, and
under Obama
you're
with
right.
ICE.
So people unaliving has always been a thing. It has always been a thing. But at the rate in which they are unaliving under both Trump administrations is very concerning. All right, the last time we had a record high of people unaliving was during Trump's first term. It was 20 people, and I believe it was either in 2019 or 2020. I'll get the exact year for you. And prior to that, it was 32 people in 2004, which was under George Bush. It was 34 people, not 34, 32 people. We matched that number last year in 2025. 32 people unalived in ICE custody. And that didn't even take into account Keith Porter. It didn't even take into account the 11 people that were shot. But we know that Keith Porter is the first one to unalive via an ICE officer's bullet on December 31st. And then Renee Good on January 7th.
See, you're the first person to actually mention his name. And I appreciate it, but it's also a problem.
Why is it a problem?
Because everybody's talking about Renee and not Keith.
Well, yeah, of course. We know how that works out. He's a black man. Also, it makes it hard. People find it hard to defend him because he had a weapon in his hand. That's why. But he was a lawfully registered gun owner, and he shouldn't have been shot because ICE is not the police. That ICE agent, that off-duty ICE agent, he should have called the police.
Now, that you don't have an argument with me on, because I went through the whole thing, and like, even though true, you shouldn't be shooting guns in the air, but that's like a black thing. We do that on New Year's.
That's not a black thing. That's like a everybody thing.
I don't
Everyone
know. Well,
actually does that.
Well, I'm from the South, so that's...
You might live around the majority of black people, but I don't. And I tell you, everyone does it. Everyone does it. Unfortunately. And it's loud. It's really loud.
Okay,
is it worth
so
dying for? Or dying over, I should say. Not for, but dying over? Absolutely not.
But also, well, you wouldn't know, but it raised the question about the whole, when the officer said that he shot at him 3 times or whatever, then that's why he shot him. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any information about the officer who unalived Mr. Porter. Pretty much not too much of the details are known about what happened. We only have basically the administration's word. And I'm not taking it.
We get a different camera angle of Renee almost every other day.
Well, people were outside protesting, so that's why. The circumstances were different.
So I have a question for you. Do you believe that we have new wars?
So sorry, say that again.
Do you believe that we have new wars?
Do I believe we have new wars?
Yes.
Currently at this moment, other than the war that Donald Trump claims that we're in with the drug boats, no.
Okay.
Will we have new wars? Yes. I'm sorry?
With who in particular?
Are you serious? You haven't heard him say that he's willing to use military action in Mexico, in Cuba, all right? We also, Iran. You haven't heard him say that? Colombia. All right? And Greenland. Of course, how could we forget about Greenland?
I mean, that whole Greenland thing. I haven't really looked into it like that, but I think it was like, trying to buy it from like Denmark or something like that, but they're not going to sell it.
No, it's never been for sale. Timmy, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and let you down, love, but thank you so much for being here. All right, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. That means Trump supporters, get in the box. Let's have a conversation. All right, let's go ahead and talk about all of the great things that Donald Trump is doing. Let's talk about it, because why the fuck not? Let's talk about it. Also, hold on one moment, please. While we are doing that, let's make sure that we are doing all of the good things. Let's go ahead and knock out the high bears. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get those likes up. And again, continue to share and repost the live. Drop your favorite hashtags in the chat. All right, you all know mine. My favorite is divorce. So let's do that. Also, guys, if you are over on the tube, make sure you're liking the stream and sharing and doing all the good things there. And if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. It's the best way to support the stream. And guys, if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. And don't forget, make sure you're following my backup down here at the bottom. I should do this hand. This hand? This hand? This shit's reversed. I don't know which way to go. Make sure you're following the backup. It's the purple face at the bottom here. And also look in the top left-hand corner of your screen and make sure that you are following the main here. And then send your daily heart me. Keep doing all the good things, guys, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. Thank you all so, so very much. All right. So let's go ahead and see here. Do you think that we're not going to be at war? Like, what are you thinking?
No, I don't think so.
Why is that?
Like I previously said, like people don't want to mess with Trump.
People
Where
want
how
not
you,
to mess with Trump?
I mean, depending on how you look at it, a lot of people will either be like, "Oh, he's crazy," or "He's gonna do this or do that or whatever." It's like he could be a bully or intimidate him to the point where it's like, "No, I don't want to go against him." You could play that card. So to that nature, no, I don't believe that we're gonna have any new wars. But
You don't understand.
technically, we're
War
already in
boosts
a.
the economy. That's the main
Ah,
thing that Trump wants. He has a $4 trillion tax cut to pay for. War boosts the economy.
yeah, but he doesn't want to. Yeah, but that will go against what he ran on.
He also said that he was going to end the war in Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia on
Yeah,
the
but that
first
was
day. Did
before.
he do it?
But that was before him. That was a whole Biden thing.
You said it would go against what he ran off of. That's what he ran off of, ending that
True,
war.
but Trump didn't start these conflicts. The Ukraine war started under Biden.
Biden didn't start the conflict either. Word
I,
choice matters here. I might start correcting you. Okay, word choice matters.
no, I said it started under Biden. I didn't say it started with Biden.
Anywho, with that being said, Donald Trump ran on ending the war in Ukraine. It's still going on. He also said that he would bring peace to the Middle East. Israel is still bombing Gaza. So there's that. What else did he say he would do? Oh, he said he would lower prices on day one. Okay. Did anyone really take him seriously with that? No, because prices are definitely still high. Okay. He also said that he would release the e-files. They aren't released. They even signed a law to release the e-files, and the e-files are still not out. So there's that.
What do you mean? What's all the files that are already out though? Is that not the e-files?
I'm so what?
They're board. So hold on. You're saying that the e-files weren't released, but there's a whole website where it's stating that the e-files are there.
So the e-files that were released, because we're talking about in full here, in full, okay, that
Are
were
you talking
released
about the?
prior to December of
You want the
2019.
unredacted?
That's what they signed the law for it. Yeah, the unredacted ones.
Okay, but they said for they the only reason well they say that they redacted it because of to protect the victims or something like that.
Whole pages. Okay, so per the Epstein Transparency Act, all right, the main thing about it is that they had to they could redact, not had to, but they could redact any identifying information. All right, and also they could redact anything dealing with CSAM, so child sexual assault material. Okay, they could redact that. Anything else, no redactions. All right, because they didn't want anyone to be protected. So when we say identify, and when I say identifiable information, I'm speaking specifically of the victims. All right, and the victims are actually okay. The survivors are okay with their name. The majority of them are okay with their names being released. So with that being said, when these files were released in December, what happened is they had whole pages redacted, which went against transparency, because redacting a whole page isn't transparent. Does that make sense?
I understand.
Okay, and then you also want to think about what the Trump administration is actually doing. They're going to great lengths to actually prevent any further investigation along with any questioning about the e-files. Right? Because January 3rd, do you know what the House was supposed to be doing on January 3rd?
No,
No? Okay. Do you remember what happened on January 3rd of this year?
I went to work.
You went to work? Okay. Yeah, you went to work and in the middle of the night, Trump dropped bombs on Venezuela, all right, in Caracas and kidnapped their president, is what they did. All right. That
Oh yeah,
same
that was
day, yeah, it was the same day. That same day, the House, all right, the DOJ was supposed to go before the House and actually testify about why the files were so heavily redacted and also to give a timeline about when they were going to release the unredacted files. That meeting didn't happen, and it hasn't happened since. So, yeah, there's that. I want you to think
okay.
about that.
I don't need to because it's I get where you're going with that, but also it raised the question initially from I what I think about this whole e-file thing is like at the end of the day, do you think anybody's actually going to be prosecuted or go to jail behind this?
Statute of limitations. So, this is all about reputation. All right. Trump doesn't want to be known as a child predator. Again, you said it earlier. You mentioned his legacy, and that's what turns you off from him, from not fully supporting him. So, you you think that Donald Trump isn't going to do the things that he says he's going to do. He may not be doing them the way in which you want him to do them, but he's definitely doing them. He said he was going to do mass deportation. He's not necessarily doing mass deportation. He is doing mass detainment of undocumented immigrants along with American citizens. So it's like it's starting to beg the question here, like what do you know, Kai?
I know that people actually did get deported. He actually came out and said, "Hey, we'll give you a free plane ride to get up out of here before stuff got crazy," which was the whole thing. People went to he sent some people off to El Salvador where they went to that what's it
CCOT.
something
You
cop
thought you were okay
yeah.
with that?
What do you mean? Am I okay with
Are
that?
you okay with that?
Yeah, I mean it's an awful prison. I would never want to go there, but I mean, yeah,
Well, no one will want to go there, but you're okay with him sending people to a concentration camp. I just want to make sure I'm hearing you right
not a
before we go.
concentration camp, it's a prison.
It is a concentration camp.
It was a prison.
It's a concentration camp.
It's a prison, just no rooms.
No, it's literally a concentration camp. Do you understand why? Thank you,
Elaborate.
Andy, so much for the You're So Fly. Thank you, Andy. Drop some hearts in the chat for Andy, y'all. Thank you so very much. Andy, those gifts are always the cutest things ever. Ah, sorry, that's my excited voice. Thank you, Andy. Okay, go on.
No, you were gonna explain how COT is a concentration camp.
Okay, it's considered a concentration camp because of the reasons that people go there and they experience torture. All right, people actually go there and they do not leave. So there's that. All right, you think that a concentration camp is akin to what happened in 1930s, 1940s Germany? No. All right, this is a place where people go due to political persecution, which is what happened here with those people who were sent from the United States to CCOT, a country that they weren't even from, because he sent 200 and what was it, 234 Venezuelan migrants there.
So like, what was it called? Dang, I can't. Guantanamo Bay,
Like Guantanamo Bay.
something like that or something.
Yeah, no, people could actually get out of Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, you can't get
So
out
that
of COT.
wasn't you can get out of Guantanamo Bay. So Guantanamo Bay, although it's bad and they did bad stuff there, that wouldn't be considered a concentration camp.
Really?
But what I'm not going
I
to
thought
do
it
is what
was.
aboutisms. There's no need to compare or contrast here. What we're talking about is CCOT because you mentioned it. All right. Who did Donald Trump say that he was going to be deporting? What was the
Illegal
main qualifier?
illegals, people who committed crimes, and also the crossing the border without due process.
Undocumented immigrants who committed crimes is what Donald Trump said, specifically those who committed violent crimes. Because Donald Trump himself said on his campaign trail that he was going to be getting rid of all the grapists and the schmurderers. That's what Donald Trump said
Yes, and
on
he
his
has.
campaign. And no, he hasn't. He hasn't. Over 73% of the people who have actually been deported have no criminal records, none whatsoever. Also, about 75% of the people in ICE detainment at this very moment, which is over 68,000 people, right, have no criminal records whatsoever. None. So where's the criminality? Where's Donald
Uh,
Trump holding up his end of the campaign promise?
I can say where he held up his ends and then Democrats undermined it.
Answer the question, please. If, all right, to be exact here, I just want to be exact. For the 234 Venezuelan migrants who were sent to CCOT in El Salvador, all right, 70 over 73% of them had no criminal record. For the 68,000 people who are currently in ICE detention, that means they are within ICE facilities, okay? Over 75% of them have no criminal record. Where's the criminality? And how is Donald Trump holding up his end of the campaign promise to deport criminals?
So those Venezuelans that came here, did they come here legally or illegally?
They were asylum seekers. And we can conclude that likely some of them were a part of the over 200,000 Venezuelan migrants that Donald Trump granted deferred deportation to back in January of 2021. And Joe Biden gave them temporary protected status via the CHNV program. Temporary protected status is, in fact, a legal status here in the United States of America. So there's that.
Okay, but I read somewhere that it was like a percentage of the Venezuelans that were actually that were that were actually released from like the sane asylums or some shit, but I never really looked into it like that.
No.
I
Where'd you get
just
that from?
I don't remember. I know I heard
Then
it from somewhere.
don't. If you can't substantiate it, I wouldn't recommend saying it. I wouldn't say it if I were you. If you can't like back it up, don't say it. It'd be pointless. Because all I'm going to do is ask you to show me.
I forgot his name. It's a guy that was talking about. We were talking about well, he was talking about stocks and some other stuff, but I forgot where they came from. But anyway, the sticking to the main topic about Trump being a threat to the country, I don't believe that. I think a lot of stuff that's going on or going on with his term as president has been going on before he was president.
Like what?
Like the whole income equality. I'm sorry, income equality.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
know
to
what
get my
you're
thoughts
talking
together.
about. You're talking about the wealth gap.
Yeah, widened for 40. It's been widening for 40 years. That was before Trump was even
It actually got
made.
smaller during the Biden presidency, especially amongst black and white people. It actually was closing and got narrower, is the right word to use. So there's that. It did grow wider under Donald Trump's first term, all right. And so what we can expect is for it only to grow even more wide, you know,
But my
as we
point
move
is, he
forward.
didn't create those problems.
He didn't create them, but did he help exacerbate them?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that he helped exacerbate them? I feel like I'm about to go down on a litany, as you like to say, of reasons of how Donald Trump did exacerbate these issues, you know, make them worse.
I
But I don't know
I
if you're gonna
think
believe me or not. And then
no.
I can show you all the evidence in the world, but I really feel like you're gonna just be like, "Nuh-uh, I don't believe it." And then I'm gonna be like, you know what? I can lead a horse to water. I can shove its head in the water. I cannot make it drink the water. So there's that. Like I can't make you drink the water, bro.
I
What are we
know
doing?
the
So
I know
like,
this.
what do you know about Donald Trump's first term? Other than that, you got a stimulus check and maybe we're able to take advantage of a PPP because of the pandemic.
That is not why I voted for him, and I don't know why people keep saying
Why
like,
did you
"Oh,
vote for him?
people voted for him because of the whole stimulus check, and they think they're gonna get another stimulus check." That's not why. Uh,
You believe that people don't think that they're going to get another stimulus check? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
well,
do.
I don't. I
So that's why I
that
just
wasn't my.
asked you, why'd you vote for him?
Uh,
Sarah's bothering me. Hold on one moment.
I,
Okay. I guess that's better. Okay, I'm listening.
I just couldn't. So I was open to both parties, the Democrat and the Republic. I listened to both. I watched the interviews. I didn't watch every rally, but I watched the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, it was just something with the whole Democratic Party I just couldn't align myself with because of how the whole.
You can like align yourself with equity and equality. You can align
Nah, that
yourself
wasn't
with
the aspect.
harm reduction.
That
I'm confused.
I'm sorry. What reduction?
Harm reduction.
Harm reduction.
Yeah.
Who was being
It's
harmed?
like a better way of saying the lesser of two evils. And who was being harmed? What? Oh my
I
God!
believe
You
that.
didn't.
Okay,
Hold on. You just told me that you listened. You listened to what they were saying during the campaign. You just said that out of your own mouth, and you're asking me now what harm? One moment, please.
no, I said who was being harmed. You said harm
That is
reduction. I said
wicked work.
who. But anyway, yes, I listened to the interviews, and it was just like they kept talking about the I don't know if you can say this, but abortion and all this and that, and I was, and I just I just couldn't
So,
align myself with that, and then there was the whole men and
did
women's
you?
sports, and then men and girls bathrooms, and then there was some
Oh,
other stuff, and
okay. So you voted to take away the rights of other people. Is what
oh,
you did.
nobody lost rights.
I'm sorry, no one lost rights. Yeah, transgender people lost the right to be able to what is it? Oh, to serve in the military. They can no longer
I'm
serve in the military. All
I
right.
don't have a problem with that.
Women, all right, lost the right to choose. All right. We can no
Choose what?
longer choose whether or not we want to have an abortion if we live in certain states. Right? You definitely chose to take rights away. You also chose to take rights away from the undocumented immigrant, from immigrants in general, actually, here in the United States, because he's going after legal immigration also. So there's that with
Oh,
this whole
hold on.
remigration effort.
Hold on. The whole abortion thing.
Hmm.
That's a each individual decision. Like you decide on who you have relations with.
Yeah,
So
what does the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment say?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll read it to you in full. Let me pull it up here. Toot, toot, toot. Bum, bum, bum.
Excuse me.
Please
You
don't
said
ever
the
do
equal
that.
protections laws?
Don't ever do that again. I'm so serious.
Oh, you don't like that?
I do not. I don't. I think that's
Oh, you said
disgusting.
it like you were about to punch me.
I might actually, because I have misophonia and I do not like it. It's not okay.
I've heard that before. What is that? Does that
Yeah,
mean like you it makes you have like a hurling type of reaction?
no.
Okay.
One moment, please. I'm going to bring it up on the screen so everyone can see it.
14th Amendment, which
It's
states
the
that no
14th
state.
Amendment Equal Protection Clause. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Because I think this is very important. I just think that is very important that we see these things and that we understand what these things actually are and what they're saying. Because you do in fact want to take away the rights from people, and you all think that you don't, but you do. I'm actually annoyed with my computer right now. It's like hard to find stuff. Jeez Louise. Ba-da-ba-ba. Here we go. Is this it? It doesn't want to pull up. Anywho, the 14th Amendment, the Equal Protection Clause says, it says, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The last part is the most important part. The first part is due process. The next part is nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So when they took away Roe v. Wade as case precedent, and gave it back to the states, what they then allowed for is for each state to make the decision on what to do with it. They didn't give it back to the citizens to decide. They gave it back to a bunch of old men in stuffy rooms, all right, in the majority of these states to make a decision as to what women can do with their bodies. So that's what they did. So what we have now is not only have we seen, I know as of 2024, we saw the rate of, thank you so much for the hearts. We saw the rates of abortions countrywide within the states that were reporting increased by 11%. All right. And if we need current numbers, I'll be happy to get them. But as of 2024, we know that it was up 11%. So it was having the opposite effect. But what we also had is we had women dying, is what we had. We had women unaliving in hospital parking lots. We had them unaliving in the hospital beds because they couldn't get the care that they needed due to these archaic laws that were put on the books. All right. Are you familiar with Amber Riley? Are you familiar? Not Amber Riley, that's the actress. Amber Thurman. Are you familiar with Josely B? She's from Texas. We have Adriana.
I remember the story about the lady in the parking lot, but I
Can
don't
you
remember
hold
this.
on one moment for me, please? I have to do something. I need a mod. Don't start with me. I need a mod. Mel, are you able to come up? Mel doesn't debate, so don't try to debate her.
Okay.
Oh, Livingston's here. Yay. Hi, Liv. Liv, what the hell are you doing?
1 second.
Okay, I gotta mute you because tube. Okay. Okay. Hold on one moment. Thank you so very much. Oh, crud, I'm getting a Dean raid at the same time. Hold on, I gotta tell my son something. Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Okay, all right, guys, we're getting a Dean raid. So everyone here from Deans, thank you so much for being here. Let's do all of the good things while you're here, all right? I want you to do two things first, all right? At the bottom of your screen, you see this very pretty purple face. That's me. That's the backup. Make sure you're following it. Also, let's make sure that we are doing all of the good things. Let's make sure that you are looking in the top left-hand corner of your screen. And what else do I want you to do? Make sure you're following me and send your daily heart me. Additionally, what I want you to do is make sure we go ahead and knock out the donuts. We have about, if I'm doing my math right, 68 of those to go. So let's knock those out and continue to share and repost the live. And let's get these likes up to 200,000 likes, guys. Keep doing all of the good things, all right? And if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, the best way to support is via a super chat. And I just want to all thank you so very much because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. All right. And with that being said, guys, shout out to Gucci. See, I'm calling you Gucci. I'm not calling you the Gooch. Shout out to Gucci. Gucci sent a $5 payment and said, this is literally what Trump did last time. He ran an anti-war campaign, then immediately started escalating conflicts and tried to start wars, and did. Falling for the same con multiple times in a row is actual insanity. It truly is. It truly is. But they haven't met a lie from Trump that they don't believe, so there's that. There's that. Shout out to the Gooch, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for Gucci, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for Gucci. Thank you so very much, love. All right. If you like to, let me see here. Oh, awesome. Guys, drop all of the hearts in the chat for Mile Square Marketing. Thank you so very much for the $20 over on the PayPal. Mile Square Marketing said people are being picked up while they are going through the legal process at their check-ins, at swearing-in ceremonies. We are actually deporting fewer criminals than ever before because he's just grabbing everyone. That is absolutely true because when Stephen Miller said that they wanted to do 3,000 people a month, they weren't fucking kidding. All right. Undocumented immigrants commit crime at a lesser rate than American citizens do. Okay, they actually commit less than 1% of the violent crime here in the United States of America. So, with that being said, there's definitely not 3,000 of them to pick up every single month of a 4-year term, all right, to deport. So, yes, Donald Trump, all right, and his Gestapo are definitely picking up innocent people, not just innocent people, all right, but undocumented immigrants who've never committed a crime, who've done nothing but contribute to society. That's it. But, you all are okay with that for some reason or another. Drop all of the hearts in the chat for Miles. Guys, I want to call you Miles for some reason, but it's just Mal. So thank you so much. Thank you so very much. All right, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things, And shout out to Sean for the $5 super chat. Sean said, across all of the platforms that I watch, the trend is MAGAs are getting more gross by the day. It's like they are in a race to the bottom. They are in a race to the bottom, Sean. I completely agree with you. I do. Nothing else needs to be said. Draw some hearts in the chat for Sean, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for Sean. All right. If you like to support me, again, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. Again, if you're on the tube, you can support via a super chat. And remember, everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. All right. And with that being said, Jammin' Lou, get your pussy ass over here. Get in the box. Since you want to stream my live, get over here. I don't mind if you stream it. Hey, more for me. More for me. Bring it on. Bring it on, by all means. But I bet you won't bring your pussy ass over here. All right, anywho. With that being said, tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Do all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right, Kai, come back to the screen, please.
Erica!
Liv! Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are you, friend?
I'm sorry, I had to get. Huh? Ooh.
I said, how are you, friend?
I am amazing, friend.
Great.
I am amazing.
Living life like it's golden.
It is about to get. Life is golden. When you have an opportunity to prioritize humanity, civil rights, human rights, unalienable rights, right? Prioritize the feeding, healthcare, and sustainability of the American people. It's an amazing thing.
It's an amazing thing. I agree with you. I agree. Well, I don't have a Cash App. Unfortunately, Cash App said no to me. And Hector's not here, and we are not gonna bother him. So there's that. All right.
You can use mine. You can use mine. Just tell him to say Erica, because I'm getting some from Dantrell, some from Erica. Just if it's for Erica, I'll click the link in my bio. The Cash App is there, and just put Erica in the whatchamacallit, and I'll send it right over to you.
Too kind. So thank you, Liv. I appreciate that. Guys, keep doing all of the good things, There's over 750 people here, so let's do all of the good things and make sure we're taking care of Liv while he's here, all right? With that being said, y'all, we are talking to Kai. Kai is not firm on much of anything. He just knows that he likes Donald Trump because he doesn't see Donald Trump as a threat. He thinks Donald Trump is harmless, is what he thinks. Even though Donald Trump is basically aiding and abetting a criminal, okay, a murderer at that, because that guy did in fact unalive Renee Good. He did that. He did. And the Trump administration put out a statement after that calling her a domestic terrorist and saying that that the agent is thankful to be alive. But what we saw in the video, of course, is that the agent didn't suffer any injuries. Like, he lied to you about that. You remember that? Remember he told us that he was going to give Iran 2 weeks, all right, to work it out with Israel. And then what, like, within a week, he was bombing Iran. Do you remember that, Kai? I'm trying to see what you remember.
That was his first term?
That was this term.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't know. Chat, have we exhausted this conversation? Drop a 1. Drop a 1 if we've exhausted this conversation. Liv, what are you about to do?
I do have some questions.
Okay, never mind. Liv has questions.
I have questions, right? So, like, at what point did you lose your humanity? At what point did you, like, see the things that are happening in this administration, know that you not want these things for yourself, but still uphold these things that are happening to other people that aren't you?
Great question.
I didn't lose my humanity. I saw what was going on, and I realized that has nothing to do with me individually.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making, and that individualistic mindset is the loss of your humanity, right?
Is it really, or is it just me
Yeah,
minding my own
well, yeah,
business?
because like, listen, it's one thing, to say like, hey, I could turn off my TV and not worry about what's happening in Gaza right now to 17 and 18-year-old children, right?
Or it's another
That's
thing to
one thing.
say, hey, I have my own family and my own life to worry about. Let me focus
Exactly.
on getting this together.
Exactly. I would argue that your family would be better off if you had a community around you to help you navigate the hurdles that life brings. You know, like, for example, if you have a family, you have children, I would argue that it's better that your children get a high quality education and not vote for an administration that's defunding education. I don't think that families, like, for example, should be forced to choose between healthcare and educate and food, right?
Exactly.
Are you bringing up
Right?
the ACA?
Well, no, I'm not bringing
Okay.
up the ACA at all. Actually, I'm
You
bringing up the subsidies. I'm specifically bringing up subsidies that are attached to the ACA, no doubt, right? But ultimately, I'm talking about SNAP benefits as well. So at some point, you lost your humanity, right? Because you saw, like, you know what, we gonna be straight. Skip everybody else's family and voted for this administration that's ultimately going to impact your family. And because you didn't care about those families, your family is going to be negatively impacted. And so I think we're better off working together than we are apart. Whereas you're saying that we're better off apart. And I just find that to be a loss of humanity. Because I can't see my fellow man suffering and me just sit here and be complacent and complicit in their suffering.
okay? So what are you doing right now to help your fellow man that's so in such
Oh my
despair?
God! Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
Why not?
It's not about me. I
You
don't
have
want to answer
humanity,
that.
correct? You care. What are you out here doing for
He's been talking
humanity?
for a long time. If you ask him that, so I don't. I don't think you
Oh, I
should.
don't
Just
want
let
to
it go.
answer that, bro.
Oh well, since you
Don't
said you've been
answer.
So
talking
you
Don't.
for a
don't
long
believe
time.
in the age-old adage of it takes a village?
Yes, it does take a village to raise a child. I completely agree with that.
You don't think that it
But if
takes
Okay.
a
Okay.
if the
village?
So,
village is stupid, then
all
what the
right.
fuck you think they're gonna produce?
Okay. Listen, bro. Listen. I want to move past this, right? And I genuinely don't want to make this about me, but I will tell you that in 2023 we raised over $850,000 to give to Black and Brown communities, right? That's what I've been a part of. Okay. Now, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about an individual. It's about what's best for the people
Exactly.
and us standing with the people. Because either you stand with the people or you stand with the pig. Okay? And I don't want to stand with a pig. I'm not understanding why you do.
I'm not
Do you know why you
standing
do?
with a pig.
You are. What? Why do you think that you
Calling
aren't?
because I'm not standing with a pig. I'm not on a farm. I'm not near any pigs. I live in a
God,
very popular city.
it's a figure of speech. First of all,
But no, I don't align myself with a pig,
mm-hmm.
if that's what you're saying. And I didn't lose my humanity. I care about people that matter to me, but it's like me stretching myself thin, worrying about the world would be stressful and
It's not about worrying
Let
about
me,
the world. Go ahead, Liv.
well, no, I was wondering, like, hey, you ever been, like, where you from? Like, what state? No, don't tell me, don't dox yourself, but I'm just wondering, like,
Georgia.
you Midwest, Florida? I bet you
Yeah.
ever been, like what, like,
State?
you ever been, like, went to the gas station or the corner store and saw those kids there, them young bulls that we used to be them young bulls at the gas station or whatever, and like you see them over there putting their money together to go get some snacks, and you bought them all the snacks that they wanted. You did that before?
Yeah, so
Yeah, bro. Like that's just like you see them young boys. Like I see y'all, man. Listen, I got $20 for y'all, man. Go ahead, get what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? For me,
Liv,
I
you
don't
got it.
just
I'll be right
apply that
back.
as I bet. So for me, I don't apply that just like to those young people, right? Like I saw I had an extra $20, and I was like, yo, I see some people in need want to help them. So for me, I see that and I apply taxes. Like if I see my fellow man in need, like we should do what we can to help them. I don't think we should have houselessness. I don't think people should not have health care. I don't think people should go without food. I don't think people should go without clothing. People shouldn't go without transportation. People shouldn't go without legal representation. People shouldn't go
but
without
that's the
education.
but that's the country we live in. We've been living in that country. That is nothing.
But
That's
hold
not a
on,
new concept.
listen. But if we lived in a country where everybody was raping children, would you go around raping children?
No,
I'm asking you.
but
Oh, exactly.
that's
Why?
a
Wait a
that's
second.
an
Wait a second. Wait a
extreme.
second. Why? Why? Well, no, it's not. Why
That is
wouldn't
an
you do it?
extreme.
Wait a second. Why
No,
wouldn't
because
you
you're
do it?
saying like because
Would you,
your
if the entire
your premise.
country?
No, because your
Hold on.
premise is just because everybody else is doing it, why don't you do it? That's not what we're
That's
talking
your
about.
premise. No, I'm sorry. That's your
No, it's
premise.
not. That is not my
That's
premise. I didn't
literally your
say any of that.
premise.
No,
You
it's not.
did.
I
You
did
did.
not. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I said
All right.
no.
So
What
I'm
I said
gonna
was
tell you what I heard. I'm gonna tell you what I heard, and you tell me what you meant. Fair? So then you can adjust what I heard, because maybe we're speaking past each other. I don't want to be disingenuous to your argument, right? But I'm just telling you what I heard. What I heard was that you say that it's about me as an individual, and that at the end of the day, this is the society that we live in, and we have to move according to the society in which we live. And so, if we lived in a society that was raping children,
no. That's not what
would
I
you
said.
go? No, what I'm
I'm not.
asking you is that if we lived in a society that was raping children, would you say that raping children is justified?
No, I didn't say anything about
No, I'm
societal.
asking. I'm not asking you. I'm asking you if we lived in a society,
Are
by
you
your
asking me or
logic.
are you asking me? Because you said two
I'm
different
I'm
things.
no, I'm asking you that if we lived. Listen to what I'm saying, right? If we lived in a society that was raping children, would you say that raping children was justified?
No,
Why?
because it's not. How can I put it? It's not
Well, because can I just help you? Because
morally
raping
right.
children is wrong.
Yes,
It's
it's not
morally wrong.
morally. It's not morally right.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm not here to trick you. I'm not here to do none of that, right? What I'm saying is that if we lived in a society that was raping children, I would disagree with the society in which I lived, right? And at one point, the society in which we lived was actively raping children because of slavery. We can look at Thomas Jefferson, right? James Madison, George Washington, that we lived in a society that upheld those white men of raping black and brown children, right? That's a society in which we live. And I disagree with that. Similarly, I disagree with Donald Trump raping children, right? And so I'm very consistent in this. And what I'm asking you is that why align yourself with this argument that you morally disagree with?
Uh, first of all, I don't think there's any actual evidence that or proof that this man did any of the things that you're claiming.
Okay, so really quickly, I can't find any other politician on the left or the right that was listed in court documents with Epstein, right? Donald Trump himself said what him and his daughter have in common is sex. Donald Trump saw an 8-year-old child and said he'd be dating her in 10 years, right? Donald Trump himself, right, said that when you're a star, that you could just grab people by the vajayjays, okay? Donald Trump himself said these things, right? And so for me, a man that was selling condoms at J.E.'s Island, right? Well, you see his brand being sold at the island, and we know how reprehensible he was, and that's his best friend. The E Man had pictures of him and Trump all throughout his office. Okay, and so for me, I just look at this administration that if he did nothing wrong, he would look to use the power of the United States government to vindicate himself so he can do the work to make this country great again. But instead, what I see, this is just me, and you can give me your other opinion, is that he's doing everything he can to keep these files from coming out. And even now, violating the Epstein Act, the Epstein Transparency Act,
Yep.
that's put forth by Congress.
Yeah. I
I
mentioned that
don't
to
see
him
that.
earlier.
But go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say as I mentioned it earlier. Go ahead.
When you said that he uh raped a child, that was a false accusation. There's no actual evidence to prove any of that allegations.
Well,
So,
I'm sorry. I just gave you his own testimony, right? I just
but the
gave his own fetishization of a child. I
but
gave
none.
you the fact that he was on a court case with JE, right? That in that court case, there's evidence that Donald Trump himself was participatory in the raping of a child under the age of 18. And I'll even offer this to you, that Donald Trump himself said that he goes back into to pageants where young children under the age of 18 are changing to inspect them. And so, like, if you believe, and this is a society, Erica, are you just getting? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at my phone. Did you just get back?
Yeah, I just got back.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you really quick, if you don't mind, KY. I just wanted to tell Erica my argument is that we live. I asked him,
Mm-hmm.
if we live in a society that's raping children, would that justify the rape of children?
Oh.
Right? He said no.
Mm-hmm.
I argue that we live in a society that has been raping black and brown children. And I pointed out Thomas Jefferson, James
Yeah.
Madison,
Mm-hmm.
George Washington,
Yeah.
the founders of the country in which we live, right? And then I pointed out Donald Trump and I pointed out JE,
Mm-hmm.
and that he said that he would, even if he lived in that society, that he would disagree with that society. Where I'm saying he's going in being complicit to that society.
At this time right
But
now, he is.
these two
Yes.
things, yes. And so if you disagree with the rape of children, you would disagree with the society in which we live. So the argument of like saying, hey, if I'm talking about like, people getting food stamps, people getting health care, people having access to education, so on and so forth, if this is a society in which we live and we know that it's morally wrong, right, you would disagree with it. And so if you disagree with that, you would disagree with the same as child assault. But
Exactly.
he's saying that he agrees with the disenfranchisement of people based on housing, education, healthcare,
No, he doesn't.
transportation, legal representation. He disagrees with that, but at the same time, I will argue that these things are morally wrong. Similarly to society being built on the idea of touching children, that's
Yeah.
morally wrong. I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah.
He
He's
agrees
lying
with
to
one
you.
and not the other.
Exactly. But he's
Yeah.
lying to you because he doesn't care. He doesn't. He actually doesn't
Oh,
care. I wanted to ask.
really?
Yeah. I wanted to ask Bentley a question. Hi, Bentley. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 52.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your patience. We'll be with you in just a moment. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Thank you. All right. Go ahead, Liv. No, he doesn't. Oh, the pawpaws. Gucci. Thank you so much, Gucci, for the pawpaws. Thank you. And you're the title gifter. Drop all of the hearts in the chat for the Gooch. Drop those hearts in the chat for the Gooch. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Okay. No, Liv. Earlier, pawpaws. I love this is like my favorite gift, I think. It's the pawpaws. Earlier we were talking and the Kai had mentioned like transgender people. He mentioned abortion and so on. And I basically concluded that he's okay with people's rights being stripped away from them. And he said, no one's rights have been taken. All right. And I let him know. Thank you, Bringer of Pain. Thank you so much, love. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
you
I'm
for the
against.
princesses. Hold on one moment, I finished. So drop some hearts in the chat for Bringer of Pain. Nice to see you, by the way. And he said that no one's rights were being taken away. And I let him know that the military, all right, no longer allows transgendered people the right to serve their country. Like they can't even serve. So he took that away from them. Right. Also, a woman's right to choose has been taken away from her because it used to be that before Roe v. Wade was, given back to the states, was like thrown out the window, and abortion rights were given back to the states. Women could choose to have an abortion. They could. Like if you wanted one, you could have one. If you didn't want one, you didn't have one. But now it's dependent upon where you live, and Kai is okay with that. Oh, snap. Yo, Bringer of Pain. Thank you so very much, love. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the chat, y'all. I need to see all of the hearts, guys. All of the hearts. Drop those hearts. That is so freaking awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's my excited voice. So happy. Okay. Thank you.
But
So, all right.
yeah,
One second. Hey, Erica, are you ready to do the thing?
Yeah.
Can I do one more thing before you do the thing?
Yeah, go ahead. It's cool.
Hey, Kai, are you pro-life?
Kai,
I'm sorry,
are you
KY.
pro-life? Is it Kai or KY?
oh, it's Kai.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool
KY.
pro life.
KY, are you pro-life?
Yeah, I'm cool pro life.
Okay, cool. Can I ask you a quick question? A couple of questions, really quick, and I just like because when people say this, I'm just very interested in their perspective, right? So, if you were having relations with your significant other and they told you to stop, would you stop?
Yeah.
All right. What if, hypothetically, and just hear me out, this is hypothetical. What if they would ask you to stop, and in that moment, right, if you were to stop, it was to give you an aneurysm and you would lose your life. Would you stop or would you keep going?
Interesting.
You
You are aware how a person gets an
I'm sorry.
aneurysm,
I'm not asking about that. That's not asking. It's a hypothetical, bro. I could make up any. Erica, can I make up anything
Okay,
in a hypothetical?
go with. Yes, you can, but go with heart attack because it'll make it more believable for him.
Okay, heart attack. Okay, heart attack. If you were to get a heart attack, right? Would you stop or would you keep going?
If I knew that she wanted me to stop just so she can potentially end my life,
If you were to stop, no, it's not her ending your life at all, right? I'm asking you that hypothetically, like let's say an angel
but
came to
no,
you.
in your hypothetical, you
Listen to
said
what
that
I'm
she
saying. Listen to
wanted
what
me
I'm
to
saying.
stop, and
Hold
then I
on,
would get a heart
listen.
attack.
Hey, listen what I'm saying. Is that hypothetically, if an angel came to you, right, after and told you, say, listen, the next time you have relations with your significant other, you're gonna have a heart attack and lose your life, right? In that moment, if she was to tell you, hey, stop, would you keep going? Would you keep going? Even if it was the cost of your life?
I'm trying to understand the correlation with this conversation.
Okay, and it's not a correlation.
It's a
Don't worry about the
hypothetical,
correlation.
bruh.
It's a hypothetical, bro.
Just listen to the
I'm just
question.
asking.
Relations is not more does not is my life is more important than relations. So I
All right,
just
so
wouldn't
you would.
engage.
All right, so now Erica, do the thing.
I am. First,
Okay.
I have a few things to. Two things to do. Oh wow, Bringer of Pain. I think did they send it to Liv? Bringer of Pain. Thank you so much for sending the Viking hammer. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the chat, guys. I need to see hearts. Let's show each other love because Kai lacks it. So let's do that. And speaking of love, shout out to Just a Guy. Just a Guy sent a $2 super chat and said Kai needs to change his name to Simon. Plain simple. Yes, he's not only simple, Simon, all right, but he loves playing Simon Says because he'll do what the fuck Trump wants him to do. Not you leaving, all right? There wasn't a thing that I was going to do. I wanted you to do this one. There was one where a person asked you to define something, Kai. You didn't have to skedaddle. Why'd you skedaddle? Liv, why did he skedaddle?
I can tell you why.
Why? Because he couldn't answer a hypothetical.
No, he did. You didn't hear what he said?
I did not. No, I'm never
Oh,
gonna hold you.
he said. That's why I told you to end it. I stopped it. That's
Oh,
what because he said that his basically him finishing the thing is more important than another person. He realized that, and that's why he dropped.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's why.
Oh.
That's why I was like, I wanted to ask him that random because you probably like at the end of the day,
He's back,
in our
Liv.
society, that's
I didn't
great.
say that. I said my life is more important than relations.
Oh no! In the middle of relations, if you're having these relations,
Oh
right,
no,
and
no,
it's
no, no.
significant. Listen to what I'm saying.
You gotta listen
I'm
fully,
gonna
bro.
give you a chance to clarify. It's 873 people in here. Maybe I had you wrong. Okay. And I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. If you were having relations with another person, okay, and in the middle of those relations they told you to stop, if you were to stop, you would lose your life. Would you stop or would you keep going?
If when your second or third iteration of this hypothetical, you said an angel came down and told me the next time I have relations, I will have a heart attack and die.
Yes. And then you're in the middle of these relations. The angel told you that if the person was to tell you to stop, if you were to stop, you would lose your life, right? Would you stop or would you keep going?
I wouldn't start.
No.
You have to listen to the hypothetical
Listen
in the
to the
middle of
hypothetical,
it.
bro.
So you're already
In the
doing
middle
it.
of it, you're doing it, and an angel comes to you and says, "Listen, if you stop, you're gonna have a stroke, and unalive, right? Would you stop or would you keep going?"
And if she told me to stop, I mean,
She
fuck it,
told
why
you to
not?
stop. You up out of here. If you stop, you up out of here.
I
Would you
mean,
stop or would you keep going?
given the fact in a moment I would most definitely just stop because it'll be
Just
second
stop,
nature.
even if it was to cause you your life.
It's second nature. You listen to
Absolutely.
women.
Okay. That's humanity. Okay. That's humanity. That even if it was the cost of your life, you don't want to violate or harm somebody else. I think that is humanity. Erica, can we agree? That is a signal of humanity,
It is.
right?
You have the
Now,
ability
now
to
listen,
care.
absolutely. And so here's my thing. You're an individual being, okay? You have your own right to life, your own moral agency, your own body. That is yours, right? You agree?
Own mind, own opinion, own everything. Yes.
Absolutely. And also your significant other has the same, yes?
She voted for Kamala Harris. Yes.
No, not your sig. No, I'm not your. No, I'm making this personal.
Not her for real.
Not personal. Not her for
This
real.
is
But
still
I'm just saying
hypothetical.
hypothetical,
Okay.
right? That the person that your significant other also has the same autonomy. Yes.
Yes.
And if she was to revoke consent, just like if you were to revoke consent, right? You would expect her to respect your bodily autonomy, and you would respect her bodily autonomy, as you already just said, right?
Um. uh. Yes, but there's a.
Don't do it. Just say
It's
yes. Don't, because
Yeah, please just say
I'm gonna
yes.
ask you respectfully. Just continue with the yes, because this isn't a trick question. Like
it's
I
not.
agree with
No,
you.
I'm not
I
saying it's
agree
it's
with
You
you.
need
anyway.
I agree with you.
It's
We
okay.
agree with you. We agree with you. Okay. Don't give any caveats because all of that other stuff is
Okay.
very
No
problematic, and
caveats.
I don't want to give any caveats because that's harmful. Okay. Because
Not
that's
even
borderline.
context.
Well, no context. We're not going to do that. We respect individuals more, right? Just like I would respect your bodily autonomy and integrity, right? You respect your significant other's bodily autonomy and integrity,
Oh no,
right?
it's still respect, even given
Okay,
the
now
context.
let's
But
just stay right there. Stay right there. Now here's my question. Here's my question for you, right? Very important question. That I would argue that a baby is a human being that is deserving of a right to life, right? It has its own body, it's separate DNA from the mother and the father. Can we agree? Its own moral agency, bodily autonomy. Can we agree?
yes,
Absolutely, right? And so, if a woman tells the baby inside of her, because it's its own individual being, its own person, and it has its own moral agency. No, stop. You cannot use my body, right? That in that moment, that woman has revoked consent to her body, and because the baby, as we agree, has its own bodily autonomy, moral agency, right? Doesn't have a right to the woman, right? And as you've already agreed that even if it was to cost you your life, that you would stop, right? You would also agree with me that the thing should stop, right?
That's not how human anatomy works, but okay.
But that is how human anatomy works. What were you saying, Eric? I'm sorry.
Huh? Oh, I want to do something. I had to finish reading off something, and then I want to do something. Okay, can I do that? Can I do that? Liv, can I do it?
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm sorry. I muted myself and then started talking again. My bad. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, guys, shout out to Sean for the $5 super chat. Sean said, "Were Magas raised by wolves? Nobody taught common manners. Do they use eating utensils besides sporks? Sporks are wicked. What the fuck are we doing here? I don't know, Sean. I really don't know. But thank you so very much. I don't know. Also, Sean sent a poop emoji sticker, which I really thoroughly enjoy. Thank you so very much. All right, that's actually how me and my best friend say I love you with poop emojis. It's so cool. All right. Also, shout out to Just a Guy for the $2 super chat. Just a Guy said, "Please ask him to define humanity, please." Yeah, Kai, this is the one I wanted to ask you. Please define humanity, love. What is humanity to you?
Damn. Humanity is when you know that it's wrong to kill somebody. Well, unalive somebody. Humanity is knowing that it's wrong to just go up and just, like Liv said, disrespecting somebody's body or whatever. Like, just going up and just doing whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
So would you say it's basically having like a natural affection for your fellow human being? Something along of empathy and compassion?
Those are emotions that could be compartmentalized, but yes.
Did you say those are emotions that can be compartmentalized? I'm not asking about compartmentalization though. I'm asking you, like, what is humanity? Because that literally is what humanity is. These are
having
the
empathy for
emotions,
others.
the characteristics that go along with being human. That is which makes us human. Like, that's what makes us, having the ability to have those traits.
Yeah,
but Kai, can I tell you something really quick?
Sure.
Okay, one moment.
He's saying, "I don't hate you. Right. I just hate all of the choices that you make. Because those are the choices that bitch ass niggas make." Mm-hmm. That's all.
That's all. That's all. All right. That was me showing humanity. It was. That was me showing humanity. I was saving you all. You're welcome, chat. All 850 of you. And how many is it on the tube? Oh my gosh. All right. All 900. All right. And 15 of you. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I tell them why?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna tell them why. So
Go ahead.
If you agree, let me tell them why. Because if you agree that if you were having smacks with your significant other and they told you to stop, even if it was to cost your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be the morally good thing to do.
Exactly.
Because they have bodily autonomy and moral agency, and consent can be given and taken away at any point.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
And so if we agree that a baby is a fetus, it has its own right to life, its own individual moral agency, lose chat, who's streaming the live right now, by the way. Like, if you have that, right? So you would have to just justify why you give an extra right to the fetus and not the mother, right? Because if you give an extra right to the fetus, that's slavery, okay? That's slavery. And so what Erica saved you guys from is him admitting that he's okay with the enslavement of women. You know?
I didn't feel like that type of lateral harm, lateral violence tonight.
It was worth
After
it. It
last
wasn't.
night, I'm not okay with that lateral shit.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's not
because
worth
that's where
it.
we're about to walk into.
Yeah.
You know? And for me, if we're talking about humanity, ultimately we're talking about prioritizing more agency, bodily autonomy, human rights, the right to food, the right to education, transportation, legal representation, all of these things. And if you deprive an individual, whether they are a legal citizen or not,
Yeah.
whether they are a man or a woman or non-binary, trans or cis, right? That these things become human rights violations.
Exactly.
And this, and I'm land playing here, is why the United States is on a human rights watch list.
That part. And a lot of them don't seem to care that we are on a human rights watch list. It's very unfortunate, and it's not just a thing that impacts the United States economically. It also is something that is stressing the country because it impacts many avenues. People aren't able to go to work, so they're stressed. When people are stressed, they tend to not be able to process their emotions accurately. So they take it out on those closest to them. So they cause emotional harm to other people, specifically their children and their partners. So that happens. And then those kids and the partners take it to where they have to go, could be school or to their work, to the grocery store. It's like, I know those things maybe don't seem like they matter, but they do. All right. Because one thing, all right, could cause you, all right, to have that road rage incident. You know what I mean, Liv? You get what I'm saying? So it's just one
Exactly.
thing. It's just
Exactly. I'm
one
sorry, I
thing.
can't get the mute button.
It's okay. Oh, thank you so much, Kina, and also thank you, Mel, for sending the melon juice. But Bentley, you are friggin' awesome. I'm gonna be so nice to you, like so nice. Thank you for your patience.
You're welcome.
Two things, and then we are on it, girlfriend. I promise.
Okay, no problem.
Shout out to the Real Truth Seeker. Thank you so very much for the $2. Real Truth Seeker said, "This feels we are headed towards a level of volatility and civil unrest not seen since the civil rights movement. But just bowing our heads and accepting it is not the answer. Thank you for being a bright light and providing hope for those who are still fighting." Thank you so very much. I appreciate you so much. You know what it is. Drop some hearts in the chat for the Real Truth Seeker, y'all. Also, thank you so much. I can make sure I can say your name. Doom, 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 doom. Thank you so much to Jay. Jay said sent $5 and said, "Trans man here, and if Kai believes we lost rights, he's an idiot." I'm also a cancer. Oh, we haven't lost rights. I'm also a cancer patient who lost health insurance this year and access to chemo. Doctor said without chemo, oh my God, I have a 9% chance at 18 months. Thank him for me. Oh my God. I am oh my gosh. I'm sending you so many hugs, Jay. So many hugs. Oh my gosh. I definitely hope that you are able to um get the care that you need. That is fucking disheartening. Damn. Drop some hearts in the chat for Jay, y'all. Just send them all of the love. Send them all of the love, y'all. And just let's my goodness. Jay, if you can, one of the mods, can a mod who's okay with getting a message, can you say like message me so Jay can reach out to you? And if they have like a link or anything, we can like show support. Like that is so fucking awful. All right, Mel and Frey, put it in the chat. So just reach out to one of my mods so we can get that information, Jay. But thank you so much for sharing that love. I appreciate you. We all do. Draw some hearts in the chat, guys. And let's keep doing all of the good things. Continue to show love to Live. Let's knock out the melons. Continue to share and repost. And if you like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. And if you're over on the YouTube, a super chat is the best way to do it. Good grief, guys. Everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. Thank you all so very much. Bentley, thank you again for your patience, love. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Well, I since I have been waiting a while, that's okay, and it's not your fault. I just was enjoying the conversation, and I do watch you a lot. But I actually, when I requested up was because well, I got I was invited up, but it was only one thing. I remember you were saying once that if you and like Peaches like are always open to like someone like is telling you something that you may not know, or something that
Mhm.
a guest might not know that you would know, and that you share information, and it's accepted and stuff. And I appreciate that kind of thing. And the only thing I really wanted to talk to you about was that you had said something that was not right, and I just wanted to like let you know
Uh-huh.
this way going forward. And it was just the Iran thing that actually Trump gave him 60 days, and exactly from like what was that, March 19th, that he sent a letter to Iran saying that they had 60 days to square away this, the Iran, the uranium thing or whatever it was. And then it was exactly 60 days to the day on June 13th, June 13th, that he bombed, because he didn't hear anything back. And that was all I wanted to tell you. You can look that up on like Reuters, Axios. They reported it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know
So
that
it
he
wasn't two
initially gave
weeks.
them 60 days, but then after the 60 days had expired, he gave them 2 weeks. Yeah, because it happened in
No, because
June
it
of
was the 61st
2025.
day. On the
No, no, no,
61st first day is
no.
when he
I
wasn't
know.
it? Yeah.
But listen to what I'm saying to you,
Hmm.
because I remember this specifically. He initially gave them 60 days.
Yeah.
And then what he did is when the 60 days was close to expiring, what he did
Right.
was he said he is giving them 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 more weeks.
Yeah, he was giving them two
Oh.
more weeks. Yeah, 2 more weeks. And what he did was, all right, after saying that, he went ahead and he struck them. The
Bombed.
thing that I got wrong
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
the fact is the timing of the 2 weeks. So like, how
Yeah.
much of that 2 weeks did he actually give them?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and that
So,
was it.
hmm
Hold on one second.
sure, no
Hold on.
problem. Because
That was
he
all.
gave
I think I'm
them
good. I'm
5
good.
days. It was 5 days
5 days.
of the
Yeah,
two
yeah.
weeks. Yep. Because
Okay.
he issued
Well, that
the
was all I really wanted to
That's it. You don't want to talk about why you still support Trump?
Well, I would love to, but it's, and
You and your
the
phone
time
bill.
was up that I had time to talk to you. So
Oh, it's okay.
I just got my order just came in. I got to pack it and put it away. So
Okay.
but I will I'll check back with you later.
Okie dokie. All
Okay.
right. Well, thanks for coming up. You have a great
Oh,
night.
you're welcome. Thank you. You
Thank
too.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Alrighty then. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. Let's go ahead and get this up to 400,000 likes. The fun thing about Studio is that Studio doesn't tell me exactly how many likes it is unless I click on it. So all I see is like 0.3 and whatnot. So there's that. I don't think this person's gonna load.
I think we got her. Big Red Solutions are set up. Let's go.
Background noise. Hey, Becca, thank you so much for the meteor shower. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Becca. Drop some hearts in the chat for Becca. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking awesome. I need to look at this thing. Give me 2 seconds, new people on the panel. 2 seconds. Oh, snap, guys. We only have 2 more things left in the gift gallery. All right, someone has to see not yet, Gucci, not yet. Someone has to send 2 under controls because you have to be the title gifter. So 2 under controls and 1 Leon the kitten. I'm going to have to do some finger picks or something. I don't know. Fudge sickles. Okay, guys, keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. Keena, are you a Trump supporter? Keena going once. Keena going twice. Okay, Keena. Ooh, my bad. Keena, you can request back up. You can request back up. I did too, Gucci. I thought it was all finished. It's not. It's not. But it's close, though. We only need 2 more things. So, yay. Almost finished with the gift gallery. Yittity. Okay. Bobo, I sent you a request to unmute, love. All right. And let us know if you're a Trump supporter. Thank you for the melon juice. It's so refreshing. Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Okay. Bobo going once. Bobo going twice. Bobo is out of here. Trump supporters, get in the box. Get in the box and let's have a conversation. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go. If you're a Trump supporter, request up. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about all of the awesome things that Donald Trump is doing, how he is bringing us back from the brink of collapse. Yeah, because the economy was doing so bad when Donald Trump took office. How dare we have record highs in the stock market and record growth and whatnot at a normal inflation rate, and things be looking, fantastic and smooth. And then Donald Trump comes in and he's all like, you know what? Take this, bitch. Here's some tariffs. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, tariffs are going to be so great for the U.S. economy. They're not inflationary at all. No. Here we are. Your eggs aren't cheaper. There's that. I got nothing else. There's nothing else. Oh, you my dog. Long time no see, love. Hey, A1 since day one. Drop some hearts in the chat for you, my dog. Thank you for the swan, love. Oh my gosh, gas is factually cheaper. I wonder, what did Donald Trump do to reduce gas prices? Nothing. But what is Donald Trump going to do to crash the oil market? Get oil from Venezuela. There's that. Get oil from Venezuela. That's what he's going to do. That oil is already sold at a discounted rate. It's already sold at a lower price. And Donald Trump wants that to be the oil that we use here in the United States of America. Man, the damn oil company is going to be like, no, absolutely not. Exactly, Dizay. I hope I said it right. Dizay? Yes, that's exactly right. He wants us, the taxpayer, to pay to rebuild the infrastructure in Venezuela. Infrastructure that wouldn't need to be rebuilt, all right? Rebuilt. Good gosh, grammar matters. That wouldn't need to be rebuilt if the United States hadn't placed sanctions on Venezuela. Think about that, guys. Think about that. We cause problems, and then we come in and we pretend to save the day while causing more problems. Also, a fact that I do like to share about this. Oh, Mom Donnie, thank you so much for the Mom Donnie hat. That I do like to share about the whole oil debacle is the simple fact that along the Gulf Coast is a lot of low income communities. Unfortunately, there are a lot of Black and brown people that live in these communities, and to think about this this oil, this heavy crude that they want to refine, there is that the contaminants from it gets into the water supplies and all that icky stuff, and it causes cancer, asthma from breathing in the fumes and whatnot from the refineries, and it also can lead to premature death. So that's environmental racism, is what that is. It's environmental racism. But there's that. I know who you are, Malcolm. You are welcome to come up. Wait, you only can come up if you followed me back. Let me see. Because I followed you when you were in Joy's live. And I was like, this guy knows his poop. And he is, why do I keep saying poop tonight? And he is more than welcome to come. I can't check out any goddamn thing. Never mind. I'm just saying a thing.
In 2026,
what?
Are you bringing back Dookie?
I have got to find my Dookie shirt. I got to find my Dookie shirt, Liv. I've been wanting to wear my Dookie shirt. I have. Hey, Malcolm, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going
I
well.
was just about to say you are so correct when you started talking about like the Venezuelan oil
Mhm.
because it's heavy crude. The only refineries that can refine that are in East Texas and Southeast Louisiana,
Yep.
where I'm from, by the way. I'm a good Bayou Creole man from Maryland, Louisiana.
Okay.
And my grandparents live maybe 500 feet from the front gates of the Exxon Mobil refinery here in Baton Rouge, the second largest complete oil refinery and chemical plant in the world, only to the one in Baytown, Texas.
Wow.
And so, again, so first of all, that's why y'all see Jeff Landry's name. That's our governor. That's why y'all see his name everywhere, is because he's trying to get those oil contracts to Louisiana corporations. But also, here's something else to point out. The first sale of Venezuelan oil was made, I think, yesterday. It may have been
Yeah.
this morning. But and
You're
the
right.
money from that is not being sent to the United States Treasury. It's being stored in an offshore account in Qatar. which I think is part of Trump's escape plan for when he's inevitably impeached or needs to get out of office. And he said like that's where the oil's going. That's where the money's going. It's
Yeah.
going to offshore accounts. It's not even going to
They
the
did
United
tell us
States.
that though. When they
Yeah, it's
took
not even coming
those
to the United States. So when
yeah.
his supporters are like, "Oh, we're making money," the money's not going to the treasury.
So how they're lying to everyone is that they're claiming that the money because it's a Venezuelan resource and they want to be fair to the Venezuelan people, which is
Of course,
BS.
of course, of course.
They're oh, you about to cut somebody out? I allowed
Do
I
you
allowed
even know
that.
what kind of oil it is? It's heavy crude.
Yeah.
It's not light sweet crude.
Mm-mm.
It's heavy crude.
Yeah. They don't know that.
I do know what kind. I live
Hey,
here. I'm from
Oh,
South
you talking
Louisiana
to the
where they
chat?
do it.
Who you talking
Yeah,
to
I'm
in the
talking to
chat?
the
Say their
chat.
name.
Be happy in the chats.
Be
Like, what
happy.
do you know what kind of oil it is? Like, yeah, I do actually. Specifically, I do.
Be happy. Get in the box.
Yeah,
hey,
come up
can
here.
I? Hey, Malcolm. I don't know you, Malcolm, but
Oh, what's that?
you
Nice to
seem
meet
to
you.
be based, right? Can I give y'all my synopsis of this Venezuelan oil
No,
thing?
for sure, for sure.
So, if you were to turn the page 181 through 189 of Project 2025.
Thank you. I was just about to say, if you read Project 2025, they wrote it down and handed it to us.
And so the whole thing about Venezuela, like everything about Maduro being a dictator and putting all of that, that was a byproduct of the overall goal. The goal, listen, Exxon, right, has established, and in several of these major oil companies, they have established a $500 billion investment in Canada. If they were to start pumping this Venezuelan oil, right, they
Yep.
will shoot themselves economically in the foot.
Well,
They're not going to do that.
that's why Exxon was like, we're good
We're
on the
good. We're good. We're
contracts.
going to stay here, right?
Yeah, because Exxon, they got $500 billion already tied up north of the
Exactly.
border.
Exactly. And so what we see is that it's not about the oil, it's about the economy. The United States economy is propped up on the petrodollar. And that if BRICS continues to encroach on these South American countries to align with them, that they will start trading in something other than the dollar, which would essentially cripple the United States. Okay?
And again, you're exactly right.
And let me just finish. Because here's the overarching part, right? Is that the other reason we're going after Greenland is because they have 24 to 35 strategic minerals that the United States needs in order to compete with China. The whole overarching point is that we need to take over this Western Hemisphere to control the resources within these two continents in order to take on China.
It's classic colonization to preserve the current world order. That's all it is. It's classic colonization to preserve the United States' position as the superpower. That's all it is. And here's the thing: the United States could easily be leading on green energy because China has billions of dollars in investment in green energy in what colonialists call the Middle East and Southwest Asia, also in parts of Africa. And we've also have seen recently in the last 18, 20-ish months, multiple European countries have run their grids sustainably, not for like a day, have run their grids sustainably off of 100% green energy. And that's the future. Every other major world country that's not under fascist occupation right now has acknowledged that this is the way to go. And so that's where they're putting their money. However, because of good old fashioned American apple pie capitalism, you know, they get the billionaires, the capitalists, they got to make their money. And the money right now, like you said earlier, I'm always grateful when I hear people use the term petrodollar because that lets me know that you understand what props up American capitalist finance right now is the petrodollar. I mean, that's why, for example, we're lying. When I say we in this context, I'm talking about the United States because they don't call. I don't know if I can cuss on here for real, but they don't call.
You can cuss. It's fine.
Great. They don't call niggas when they make these decisions. But like that's why the United States is bombing Nigeria because Nigeria just found some of the largest oil and rare earth mineral reserves on the African continent. That's why we want Greenland. That's why we're attacking Venezuela. That's also why we're talking about strategic strikes in parts of Mexico is because Mexico has also recently uncovered huge oil and rare earth mineral deposits on their land. And also, the rare earth minerals are important to prop up the AI bubble because it is a bubble. AI is only returning between 8 and 13% on investment, on like the amount of money going into building it. Folks are only getting 8 to 13% of that out, but they're making most of their money with AI on stocks, on
But
manipulating the stock market. And
yes,
so
and
they have to keep that going because if they don't, then people are going to stop. You know, when I say people, the wealthy corporations are going to stop investing in it, and the bubble's going to burst early. So they're
yes,
trying to
and
stretch
last
that
time
out.
that happened, Malcolm, we got to be very specific with the people. The last time that happened was in 1929.
Yep, I was going to
Overinflated
beat me
stocks
to
is
it.
what led to the
Beat me
Great
to it.
Depression. Now, look, for me, listen, Malcolm, I'm gonna give you a follow. I wish it was my main account, but I'm gonna give you a follow because listen,
No, for sure.
what I argue is that as we prop up, as we look at what Donald Trump's presidency is doing, it's literally following Project 2025 and trying to take on China because the
Where's
United
Mark
States
Clark?
sees China as a threat, BRICS as a threat to the economy, China is a threat to American democracy, and if America is the tip of the spear of imperialism and neocolonialism, that is a threat to white supremacy.
Yep.
And so what we're watching in real time on boots on the ground is white supremacy fighting back against equity and equality for black and brown people. Understand that without America, white supremacy would crumble.
Well, here's my thing, and so I'm actually writing a piece right now on the cyclical nature or the through lines of exploitation. And so what we're watching now, though, white supremacy is dying. It's in its death throes. So like the first part of it is just math. In the next Oh, it's less now. This number, this year comes further and further more and more closer, like every time it's evaluated. But so far, based on the data, there are two trends that are alarming white supremacist structures in America. One is that white people will become a majority numerically, I'm sorry, a minority numerically in America before 2045. That used to be like 2060. Now it's 2045. And also, each successive generation of folks who are turning 18 on in the times between every major election cycle are more and more left, are more and more progressive than the generation before. And so they see, like, mathematically speaking, uh, that the odds are not in their favor. And then also, ideologically speaking, because Trump sold all these lies on affordability, on improving the economy, on improving social mobility and economic mobility, and now people are seeing that actually he's concentrating wealth where it has always been in the capitalist billionaire owners of the uh, owners of the means of production class, that trickle down economics is a myth. And more people who have voted for that are seeing that now, especially that people are experiencing it themselves.
You think so? I don't know,
Yes.
man. Really?
Yeah, that's why we see like the farmers, for example, are like, especially here in Louisiana or in other red states as well. But that's why the farmers are like, oh, we need money. We need a bailout. You said you would
Always.
help us. It's like, no, he's not going to help you. He wants y'all to sharecrop. He wants to bankrupt your farm so you have to sell your land to
Yes.
JD Vance's ad company.
Yep.
And then they'll let you live on it and let you work it with what is now their equipment and now their land. And you can't use sustainable ag. You have to use commercial ag, practices which strip the minerals out of the land. It's not sustainable. It's not in touch with any indigenous practices. And you become a sharecropper on your land. And the same is true for everybody else in the labor market. They want us so dependent on billionaire controlled means, like, for example, big pharma for health insurance. That's why they want health insurance tied to your job. Or,
If
um,
you,
oh, go ahead.
Malcolm, if you think about it though, especially in regards to the farmers, that's what
Mhm.
was happening in his first term. Is when those corporate farmers the corporations basically were buying up the
Yeah.
smaller legacy farms. They were doing
And
that.
China.
Yeah, in China. Yes, and China. So what I think is gonna happen is exactly what you just said. Is that farming is no longer going to belong to the
Oh, no.
average American, is going to belong to the corporations. I think they want to privatize every single industry
Absolutely.
within the
Absolutely.
United
That's the
States
ultimate
under
goal.
big conglomerates, is what they want to do. Um,
Absolutely. And basically, they want to create a series of company towns. Everyone lives in a company town.
there you
Your
go.
employment, your education, Your livelihood, your policing, your education, everything is tied to your willingness to participate in the company town. And that's also why they have no trouble crashing currency as we know it. They want to move to alternative currencies because those are easier to manipulate. And like we're saying right now, most of Donald Trump's wealth, and again, Donald Trump's wealth has increased over 3.5, almost $4 billion in the first year of his second term. And most of that has been because of the cryptocurrency fraud schemes and bubbles, et cetera, et cetera. And again, that's why they want to introduce this alternative currency because it's easier to manipulate.
Exactly.
And that also, again, once there's only, I don't know, 8 or 9 billionaires who own every industry or are splitting up every industry,
A plutocracy.
then exactly. No, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly you're exactly correct. And once that's been firmly established, and we all are forced into these company towns, then there is no community economics. There is no you and I doing business with each other because we don't own the currency. We can't do business with each other because the currency has no value between us. The currency's value is then validated by who owns the currency.
Exactly.
And
This
to
system.
King Rid's point in the chat, oh brother, this is like last stage capitalism. This isn't even late stage. Late stage capitalism was like the 80s, 90s, Reaganomics. This is end stage. We are in end stage capitalism, which is why though they're like trying to consolidate. And also, I would tell people if you have read Project 2025, Project 2025 is the what. Project Esther is the how.
Okay. So that's the one that I have to read. I have to read Project Esther, but I did pull
That's
up.
the how.
I have to pull up Project 2025. Should we pull up Project? Should we do Project Esther?
I don't think people should touch Project Esther until they like have gone through. I think the what is more important to understand, and before you get to the how.
Okay. Yeah. I saw something in here. I'm gonna go back to this page because I was going over the
Esther.
pages that
Sorry if I
Liv
didn't pronounce that right.
mentioned. It's okay. That Liv mentioned, and because Liv, I believe, said 185 through 189, but I got to this page here, page 183 of it, and so when you pull it up at their website, you're gonna get it's page 215 because you have to go through the chapter list and like the intros and all that stuff like that. But for the document itself is page 183. This right here and these two right here, this is coming to fruition and right in front of our eyes. It says a sovereign Mexico policy, as if Mexico isn't a sovereign nation already. But it's basically, it says Mexico. Oh, I'm so sorry, tubers. I got to pull it up for you. I want you to be able to see it also. All right, we got to take care of the tube while they're here.
Of course.
Okay, let me see here. Open sesame seeds. All right. There we go. Okay. So tubers, you should see it on your screens also. But yeah, so this sovereign Mexico policy says Mexico is currently a national security disaster. Bluntly stated, Mexico can no longer qualify as a first world nation. It has functionally lost its sovereignty to muscular criminal cartels that effectively run the country. The current dynamic is not good for either U.S. citizens or Mexicans, and the perfect storm created by this cartel state has negative effects that are damaging the entire hemisphere. The next administration must both adopt a posture that calls for a fully sovereign Mexico and take all steps at its disposal to support that result in as rapid a fashion as possible. The cartels. Remember, he told the president of Mexico after kidnapping Maduro, he told her that if she didn't want to cooperate in getting the cartels out, right, that we would do it for them.
Exactly. And that's also why I think it was maybe last Thursday in some of his remarks, he was like, and we're going to start striking them on the land as well. And again, and the president of Mexico made it very clear that any land strikes on Mexican soil would be treated as acts of, which they are, of course, she's not wrong, acts of war, acts of aggression. The other reason why Donald Trump is so heavily pushing against Mexico is because Mexico elected a socialist president and it's working for them.
Exactly. Yes. And
In
thank you
part
for
due to his tariffs.
But thank you so much for saying the word socialist, because I had did a video, but I posted it and then I took it down. But democratic socialism and social democracy has people in a chokehold. And you
Yeah.
been, a poli sci major, like that's what you do. You're political sciences, not even a major. I know what
Yeah.
the hell I'm talking about. That's your job. You're political sciences, and I'm like so happy to speak to you because that's what I would like to do. So, um, with that being said, the way that I explain the difference between the two is pretty much that if you are a social democrat, all right, then you're okay with capitalism. You just like heavily regulated capitalism, and you're okay with not just
Exactly.
paying your fair share, but paying a heavy tax in order to ensure that we have those social safety nets. With democratic socialism, is not the kind of communism that people think that it is. It is not that, no government whatsoever. It's basically what not Maduro, but Chavez wanted to do, what Castro wanted to do. Is basically, to keep it simple, and please do correct me, it's communism via government. It's basically you're being able to vote. You're able to vote in, I can say vote out capitalism is the best way to put it, until we make
Yeah.
everything nationalized.
Yeah, I mean, you're not far off. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, social democracy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like you exactly. You're 95% right.
I'm listening.
Social democrats don't mind staying in the capitalist system. They just want heavily regulated capitalism with socialist programs, which is i.e. New York, I
Okay.
guess, right now under Mondami.
Okay.
It's a great example of like socially democratic policies. Democratic socialism is evolution beyond capitalism. We leave capitalism firmly. That's what I am.
Okay.
Capitalism in my mind and also factually is inherently unsustainable,
Yeah.
because what capitalism requires is one, that there is an exploited class.
Mm-hmm.
America has racialized that and
Yep.
decided who should be that exploited class. Uh, that's what slavery was all about,
Exactly.
racialized capitalism.
Yes.
Uh, and yeah, and so we're beyond capitalism, and so and it's like, and some of this isn't that complicated. You can just look at the words. Capitalism means that, and the capitalism is not just economics. It's not just an
Oh,
economic
it
system.
goes deeper than
I've
that.
been preaching. I've been preaching this to people. It is a social framework in which every activity within the society
Yep.
is geared towards the generation and maintenance of capital, of property used to generate profit. That's what capital is.
Yep. It's always going
But
to have an
but
exploited class. Like
it
someone's going
has
to
to.
be
It
subjugated in
has
order
to.
for it to run.
Without, yeah, it doesn't work without that. And
Yep.
if you read Adam Smith, who's the guy who invented it,
Mm-hmm.
wrote this book, The Invisible Hand, then you'll get some of the major tenets and major foundational pillars of
Okay.
capitalism from that.
I'm putting it in the
And I
chat,
mean, like,
guys.
I was gonna say not just you, but like everybody in the chat. But yeah, if you want to understand what capitalism is, do you think we are taught how to build wealth with stocks? Social cap can work? Again, democratic socialism is a fundamentally different system. It is a fundamentally different way of being in the world. And so a lot of what we see, a lot of the aspects of current American society that we see as necessary and as like cornerstones are not necessary in a democratic socialist society. The stock market serves no purpose, honestly, but for capitalists, for people to
Exactly.
generate capital. Under democratic socialism, there we would need a stock market.
We wouldn't need it. No, not under democratic socialism. We would not
As
need
I'm
it.
saying,
I thought
in
you were
a
talking about now.
democratic
No,
socialist,
now, yeah, sure,
yeah,
but
like
no,
yeah,
then no, absolutely
no,
not.
in a
I'm
democratic
trying to do
socialist
something
system,
fancy, guys.
we would not need a stock market. You wouldn't need that. Um, And so, like
Get you.
under socialism, going back to my point about just the words, all of the activity in a socialist society is geared towards the good of society, the
Mm-hmm.
social good, hence socialism. Um, and so, for one of the ways I've been illustrating this in some of my own content. There are five individual people
Mm-hmm.
since January 20th, 2025, who have amassed $326 billion in personal wealth. And for a fraction of that amount, 300, just that number, $326 billion, we could have free college in the United States. Everybody goes to college for free. We could start, we can seed fund a universal healthcare system. We could have like free and well paid early childhood education, like, pre-K, K-12 education. We could also solve homelessness. We could also solve like the veterans crisis as far as veterans who are homeless, maybe or unhoused. Let me use the correct terms. Unhoused, maybe mentally ill. Like we could solve so many things with just the money that 5 individuals, not 5 corporations,
5 people.
not 5 companies, 5 private people
That's
made enough money. And that's just those 5. That's not even the top 5.
What?
Those are just 5 people in the Trump administration. That wasn't even the top 5.
Holy shit.
So if we get into like the total amount of wealth that's been generated for capitalists during the Trump administration, including himself, mind
yeah.
you,
I know
we
about
could
that.
solve so many societal issues. We could solve so many societal problems. However, the goal for this administration, and I've been telling people this, is the plantation economy. They did it to black people first. It's to get us back to the plantation economy. That's why, for example, uh, to use the example I think we were referencing earlier with the farmers. That's
Mhm.
why they want to bankrupt the farmers, like the
Yep.
family farms, the individually owned farms. So you share your, you have not share. You have to sell your farm back to JD Vance's ad company. You have to sell your water rights. You have to sell your mineral rights, and then after you've done that, well, they still need bodies. They still need people to work on it. So you can do it in exchange for a place to live, in
Awesome.
exchange for access to healthcare, in exchange for access to education. And if you look at Stephen Miller, who is actually like the most problematic person, in my opinion, the most problematic person in the Trump administration. Stephen Miller's idea for America is not only that it's 100 million people who look like him,
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
not so they're getting rid of 274 million people.
Yes. They ready to
Wow.
do remigration. It's in full effect too.
Oh, remigration, extermination, any other
Hmm.
Asian they got to do it.
The extermination part
But
is extremely scary because the United States is a country that is really good at doing things under the cover of night, and to where we don't find out about this stuff until years later, unless you know. You know what I mean? And so,
absolutely. Oh no, the United States is very good at propagandizing and controlling information. Hence why there are still people who support Trump.
exactly. But it's 2 things. It's 2 things. But I first want to address this one. I'm gonna write the other one down so my ADHD doesn't make me forget. Because I will forget.
Oh, same. Oh no,
Um,
I'm all 3 of the neurospices. So
okay, all right, that's what's up.
ADHD, autistic, ADHD, autism, and gifted. So yeah,
Oh, okay, all
yeah,
right,
it's
all right. It's a
my
good
brain.
time, huh? It's a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always an
listen,
adventure.
it's lit.
Awesome. But on the screen, someone in Caroline in the comments put this, said, look into the Scandinavian countries, that socialism is not. And that's the thing that I keep trying to tell people, is that it's not socialism. That is literally capitalism. Like they have
It's heavily
private owned,
regulated
yeah,
capitalism.
they
Yeah,
have private owned businesses. In a socialistic society economy, especially, you would not have any private owned businesses because the means of production would be basically returned to the worker. So everything would be nationalized, and any money that is made from those businesses, all right, the government would get and give back to the citizens. So that's how that will work. It will all go into programs for the citizens for the betterment of their lives. So Scandinavian countries, the Nordic models, that's Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's one I'm forgetting. Finland, Norway,
Finland, Sweden, Norway,
Iceland,
Iceland.
Denmark.
I think that's Denmark.
Denmark
Yeah,
and Denmark. All right, that's the Nordic model. Just again, I'm just gonna keep saying it so everybody gets it. It's heavy regulated capitalism. That's all that it is. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to take this off the screen. I just wanted to show you that. And then also, someone in the comments mentioned that they wanted to learn more information. I did put Adam Smith's book, The Invisible Hand, in the chat, but they did ask that question when we were talking about like current events, and it went something to the effect of like, how do I learn about this stuff? And my thing would be is that you would have to read a lot of news. You'd have to watch a lot of political commentary. You'd have to intake a lot of that's commentaries, like the political podcasts and stuff, the
Yes.
ones that the experts do. I like Pod Save America.
Sarah, you're absolutely correct. And physical books.
And lots of books. That's the last part. You have to read a lot of books. A lot of books.
And I emphasize physical books because, again, now in America's digitalized, capitalized society, they don't sell you digital books. They sell you a license to access the material until the authoritarian government says, we don't need that on the internet anymore.
That part. Holy shit, Malcolm.
So, like, buy your physical books. I've been buying physical books, physical music, physical, like, I'm a music head. I'm also a musician. But like, buy physical books, physical media, because they don't want you to own things. This is why they're pulling books out of the schools. This is why they're, attacking the Library of Congress, even though they don't know what that is. Buy physical books. Like, get physical copies of your things. So some other books would suggest for anyone trying to like build a library. Black Bolshevik by Harry Haywood. Wretched of the Earth, Franz Fanon. I'm actually looking at my own library right now. That's why I'm putting this.
I gotta make sure I spell Bolshevik right. Boshivik. Let me make sure I spell it right. I feel like I'm missing a C.
Anything Angela Davis wrote, literally anything Angela Davis wrote, get all that. The whole everything with her name on it. Buy that. And again, physically, get physical books. Also, this is my favorite book right now. Revolutionary Self Side. Y'all know the other word.
I see all the words over here. It's okay. You can say
great. Revolutionary Suicide by Dr. Huey P. Newton, who's from Monroe, Louisiana. I'm also from Louisiana. Shout out to Louisiana boys. That's if you have not been engaged politically or in terms of like understanding that the current capitalist system in America, which is also let me put all the adjectives together. The current white supremacist, patriarchal, capitalist system in America is failing because all of those things are inherently unsustainable. Revolutionary Suicide by Huey Newton is a great place to start. Like, if you need to be confronted by the information and you lack context, I would start with Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton. Also, British colonialism, it's all white Western European colonialism. Let me say, like, America exists because of white Western European colonialism.
Yeah.
Like, this all started in the 1600s when they had to invent race to justify their capitalist exploitation and enslavement and pillaging of the African continent. And then, from the 15th and 16th centuries, that's where we get a lot of the foundational ideologies of what we're experiencing now. So, like, again, that the dehumanization of non-white people, the view that white women are barely people, only for the purposes of reproducing other white people. The view that, again, like the bastardization of religion to aid that. And also, that's where a lot of the propaganda that unfortunately people are still falling for today is literally 700 years old, 600 years old. And this is also why they're simultaneously attacking the education system. So
that's the anti-intellectualism, because
100%.
if you get people to not read, you get them to not read. You make them hate education pretty much, thinking that being smart isn't something that's okay. You get them to not ask questions. They don't question
and they
authority.
think that Exactly. And they think that education is indoctrination when education is
Exactly.
teaching you to question the indoctrination.
Yep.
And I've been
They
saying,
don't
and this
like
is
that at
something I've
all.
been like, I'm working on this writing now, that everything we're seeing America do now, like part of the reason why there is this big uproar
Mm-hmm.
is because it's happening to white people. Fascism is just colonialism happening to white people.
Preach. You better
That's all
talk
it
about
is.
it. Because here's the thing. I always say that the United States of America specifically, and then we also can talk about Western society in its totality, especially on a global
Mm.
level, has always been fascistic towards black and brown people. Right? Always.
Always.
Always,
Yeah.
always, always. We've always basically lived in a subjugated state. And so I think, and you know what's crazy, Malcolm, is that so many of like the black creators who hold spaces like mine will tell you that during the before the election, during it, and after, we always said, sorry, I have to sneeze. We always said that nothing is going to change in this country, right, unless it starts happening to white people.
Bingo. Yep. Un-
And the thing is that it has started happening to them, but not in a manner in which
Not
they
at
can,
scale.
exactly, the scale, thank you, the scale in which they can care about. Once it starts impacting rural America, you're going to see it. It hits the farmers for real, we're going to see it. And then also the middle class. The
Mm-hmm.
middle class. I am talking about the people that we see, when we go to the grocery stores.
Yep.
I don't know if you have children, but I'm talking
I do
about the
not.
parents that
Yeah.
that I see at school pick up and drop off. You know what I mean? Once it
Oh,
starts
absolutely.
hitting them, I think that's when we're gonna be. That's when we're gonna actually see people get really upset.
Well, that's why the folks in Minnesota are so upset now because after the unaliving of Renee Good,
Mm-hmm.
people are like, oh, this is a travesty. Oh, how could this happen? How could law enforcement just kill somebody in the street? 10 years ago, during the Black Lives Matter movement, black people were saying, hey, the police should not be able to execute you in the street without due process. And
Exactly.
because we were saying black names, because it was Alton Sterling here in my hometown, Baton Rouge,
Yeah,
that was
Alton
my sophomore
Stanley.
year of college.
Yep.
But Alton Sterling and Michael Brown and Philando Castile, and then, Breonna Taylor and
Yep.
Sandra Bland,
George
Sonia
Floyd.
Massey, like George Floyd,
Tamir Rice. Mike
when
Brown.
it was black people, white people did not connect with that. They did not
Exactly.
see themselves in that. And black people were saying, hey, anything that is and has been done to us will be done to you eventually. But because of whataboutism and because all lives matter,
Yep.
because nobody listened to black people, that's why you
Exactly.
have a Renee Good.
Yep.
Because
But the
now what
thing
you have
is, she's
is
not.
the same system.
But they aren't going to care about her though, for real,
Oh no,
Malcolm,
she won't be
because
the last. It's going to take more than that.
exactly, it's going to take more than that. It's really. I'm trying to.
A white
Oh
man.
God, yes, but not just any white man though. It's. I hate to say it's going to be a white man that they see themselves in, because
Absolutely.
this happened here in Mesa, Arizona. His name was Daniel Shaver. I think you remember him.
I have, yes.
What they did to him was absolutely just, it was disgusting. They took his life, right? And it's not that they just took his life. He was a white guy, but it's how they did it. He was in his boxers, first of all, right? He was an exterminator and he was doing his
Yeah.
job. And then something happened in the hotel room. I know someone called and said that he had a firearm, but he didn't. It was his little gun, the thing
No.
that they
It
do
was the little, yeah, it
the
was like
spray
the
thing with.
extermination sprayer thing. Yeah.
But when they unalived him, he was only in his boxers when they unalived him. After they were giving him conflicting orders, like they did with Renee Good,
Of course.
like one officer was telling him to put his arms up, the other one was saying put him down. One was saying stand up, one was saying stay down. One was says come in here, the other one said no, stay there. Like just all this freaking conflicting information. And when he started to get up to walk towards them, they shot him 5 times.
And I
And they
tell
didn't
people all the
care.
time, like, so people are drawing the analogies of like ISIS is Gestapo. No, ISIS the slave catchers.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not Gestapo. It's slave catching.
That is true.
It's the
I
same
gotta stop saying
systemic.
that myself too.
Yeah,
Because they're
it's
not like
slave
slave
catching.
catchers.
It's the same systemic dehumanization. You have no rights. Comply or die.
Yep.
That even angry mustache man Hitler's Germany was like, they learned from Jim Crow.
Yep.
They learned from
They
how
did.
America oppressed the slaves, and also in some of their literature, they were like, yeah, some of that's too harsh. Some of what y'all were doing to the black people over there is crazy. We can't even do that here. As they were carrying out a systemic extermination themselves.
We are. You know what's crazy though is that somehow, some way, not just our education system, but society in whole has been able to convince white people that the United States is this beacon of
The
good.
city on the hill. The city on
Right.
the hill. American exceptionalism is the biggest lie ever sold.
Yep. That's exactly.
Because white people, and I see this all, matter of fact, I was organizing with some folks here in South Louisiana. I was in this meeting, predominantly white nonprofits. And this white lady got up and like broke down at the podium. She's like, I just don't know how my beloved country could ever come to this. I don't know how they could ever do this in America. And so I like got up and I was like, do y'all know who the first person to die in the American Revolution was?
Mm-hmm.
It was a black man. His name was Crispus Attucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, do y'all know what the Civil War was fought about? No, this is par for the course for America. America's been doing
They
this.
wanted to keep their capital. Shit.
America specializes in this sort of violent oppression. Ask the Native Americans. Ask the millions of black people.
Better clock
Ask
it.
Japanese Americans who were thrown into concentration camps in World War II. Ask literally any group of people who do not meet the white, straight, Christian, male dominated societal definition of who should have power in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say, Miss Retired Wealthy White Lady, how could this happen in my country? It's been happening in your country.
Yep.
To the people who built your country.
Exactly.
It's been writing,
Mm-hmm.
Endowed by their creator with inalienable rights, all men are created equal. They didn't mean you, white lady. They damn sure didn't mean me as a
No.
black man, or
Absolutely
damn
not.
sure black women,
No.
or native folks, or Chicano folks, or Latino. They didn't mean anybody who wasn't a white, wealthy landowning man. So for you to sit here and ask, how could your beloved country come to this? It's been here. It's just happening to you now.
Exactly.
And you don't like it.
Yep. Yep.
The
And
Boston
it's gonna
Massacre
continue.
was the first part of the American Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what's another thing though? Speaking of the Boston Massacre, because of course we had the Boston Tea Party. So here's the deal, right? That was a protest. We all know that was a protest, right? That was one of the precipice of the Revolutionary War. All right, those two events right there. But specifically, like I'm talking about the Boston Tea Party, that protest of throwing the tea into the harbor.
A violent protest, might I add.
Yes, exactly.
Destruction of property.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? Protests and the right to protest. All right, we know that it is a fundamental right in the United States of America. The other part of it, it is literally a right in which this country was founded upon. Right? Yet we have people who support Donald Trump telling us that we shouldn't protest.
That's
Saying
insane
that
to me.
it's un-American for us to stand up to what the government is doing right now. That we
That's
should, like
insane.
you said, comply or die. Right? So we need to either stay at home and be quiet and just let this happen, let them go and apprehend people at gas stations, let them go apprehend people in churches and in schools at their kids' drop-offs,
tear gas babies.
Yeah, tear gas babies. Yeah, literally tear gas babies. Like, we should just allow them to do all of these things, right? Or if we decide that we want to stand up and speak up, then by all means, die.
Gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. You're going 6 feet under.
You ain't got.
Bruh.
There's no you can't justify that. There's no way to resolve that. And here's the other part of this. I've been lifting out for folks as well in some like in-person talks I do in South Louisiana with some white people who are like legitimately trying to learn, is that you cannot tell me you cannot tell me that, oh well, America was founded on an idea, but the obligation
Mm-hmm.
to overthrow that tyrannical government, and then when black people during the civil rights, I'm sorry, I don't have, when black people during slave revolts just wanted to be human,
Yep.
well, they're lynched and burned and like violently oppressed and
They
have
made
their homes
laws.
burned and they have their communities bombed, like literally bombed, and
Yep.
have their livelihoods taken from them.
Yep.
All the different Black Wall Streets and Black massacres that happened throughout the United States. Like, well, what do you mean? You told me if the government was tyrannical, I have not just a right to overthrow it, but the obligation to overthrow it. And then in the civil rights movement, when we tried to do it peaceably and
Mm-hmm.
nonviolently
Yep.
and through discourse, you still respond with violence. You still respond like an occupying military force.
Yep. No. See,
And then again, when we try to do it during the Black Lives Matter movement, you
yeah.
do it again. And then now you do it again. So like what is it or is it not? Or is protest the
I
right
saw
for whom?
I saw a comment that made me think. Oh, it was a gift.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I have two things. First things, well, actually three things. First things first is I think the person left. Yeah, they left, so they're gone. Okay, I was gonna say 2 minute, but that person left. Second thing is someone in the chat had said that like, well, it's not even someone in the chat. This has been said before that like we would have had Kamala Harris. And one thing that I have realized in my old age, I'm almost 60, is that whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, American imperialism exists. American fascism exists. All right.
Absolutely.
The president is basically just a placeholder. All right. They're a figurehead, is what they are. They're a figurehead. All right. We saw, I mean, Kamala, would she have gotten rid of Maduro? I do think that she would have, but would she have done it by the means in which Trump did it? No, absolutely not. It's too messy, it's too loud, too destructive. She's just not doing it that way. All right. But would she have pulled some Banana Republic type shit? Possibly. Where,
Absolutely.
we do some subterfuge and, we do some propaganda in
The CIA,
Venezuela.
same old playbook from the
Yeah.
80s, from the 70s and 80s.
So, I mean, I think she would have did some stuff like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't put it past, but I don't
Yeah, I was gonna say,
think don't and I do know though she would not have gone about deportation the way
no.
in which Trump is doing it. I think she would have took the Obama approach and also would have advocated and tried to get reform done. But definitely not whatever the hell this is. This is disgusting. This is
And again,
indoctrination. These people.
I
What
was
the
gonna
hell
say,
are
and
they
again,
telling
just
these ICE agents?
oh no, so the ice ages are the people who already drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
These are the white men who have the glorious reclamation. We need to reclaim, but also that great replacement theory fear that they are genetically, what's the word? Well, genetically insecure,
Mm-hmm.
because the white population is dwindling, and also it's white guilt. That's the foundation of it, because of how white people and how white supremacist society in America has treated minorities. They firmly believe that if when not if but when they become a minority,
Yeah.
that we are going to treat them that way because they're projecting their guilt onto us. And that's never been the case of, oh, I can speak for black people. We've never wanted that. Our whole thing has been, honestly, really, look, just give us equal access to shit and leave us alone.
With some equity. Some equity.
Just give us equitable access to opportunity and
Yep.
leave us alone, and we'll take it from there.
Exactly.
And that's why when I hear
Heavy
white
on the
people like,
leave us
oh,
alone part.
if black people want to have their own stuff, they can. No, we can't. We tried that. Y'all burned it all down.
Oh,
Y'all
I know.
literally
I hate
dropped
when people
bombs on
say
it.
that. I do know. Well, why
y'all
didn't
didn't
you
want that.
rebuild it? It's what? Like, do
Y'all
you
burned
know
it
how
down
the
the
human
second
psyche
time.
works?
It was like y'all burned it down the second time, and then y'all introduced crack into the burned down communities.
Boom! Don't say
And
that word
Madison
though. You
Kirk.
gotta say C-rack. That's the only word I won't say. I can't say
Oh,
that
okay,
word.
okay,
And the
okay.
don't say you can't say any names or any schmugs because they really don't like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So tap
Glad.
tap
All right,
tap your
cool.
screen, y'all. Oh, let me do this though. I'm supposed to be running a professional juke joint here. This is really nice. I'm enjoying this conversation. Thank you so very much.
Of
Um,
course.
Shout out to Sue. Is it Susanna? Thank you, Susanna, over on the for the $20 super chat. Thank you so very much, love. Susanna says, "What do kids who are in college or getting ready to enter college do? No college, skill trades. What do they do? They just have to go to college. In my
Build
opinion,
community.
yeah. They
Build a
have to have
community.
that, of course, and that's what
Yeah,
college allows you to do. Actually, you get
exactly.
lifelong friends in college. Like you really
That's where I
do.
became an organizer. My freshman year of
Oh,
college is when I
awesome.
got into organizing, and
Cool.
literally, it wasn't even on some like ideological. Like, yeah, I was studying political science at a HBCU.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Southern University, A&M in Baton
Okay.
Rouge,
All
the
right.
best
All right.
HBCU in the country.
I hear you. I hear you.
It was
Okay.
they had free pizza, and one of my best friends was going to the meeting, and he also had a car, and I didn't. And he was like, "Listen, man, I'll take you. You know, I'll drop you off at your dorm, but just you got to come to this
Thank
meeting
you,
with me right
Edna.
quick." They got free pizza. And so I was like, me, I'm in college, I'm broke, I
You're gonna
need
go
that
get
free
free
pizza.
food.
Yeah, I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in there, and they were talking about how, funny, we were having a discussion earlier, this petrochemical facilities, oil refinery in West Baton Rouge, right across the river from where we were, was trying to expand, and they needed a permit. And they're like, we need people to speak at the hearing, just bodies to go up there and read this little statement. And I was like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. And then I got there and found out that the parishes in Louisiana or counties anywhere
Yep.
else had approved the permit before the community meeting. So like they just had the meeting to get public input for no reason.
None
And
whatsoever. Why they do
that's
that?
what radicalized me. That's when I was like,
That did it.
oh, I was like, oh no, y'all can't be out here. Well, for context, I was at the time I was in Navy ROTC as a Marine option, and I wanted to go be a lawyer in the military.
Okay.
And so that's what I thought I was going to do. And then when I realized, like sitting in that meet, then literally there are like 600 people inside, outside this building here to speak against this permit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out, I think it was maybe 2 days after, that the council had approved the permit in like a midnight vote without public approval, and they were just having the public meeting to satisfy, public meetings requirement laws. I was like, that's you can't do that. That's fucked up. How you like why would you do that? How are y'all able to do this? And that's what got me.
That's what got
That's what
you.
radicalized me. Also, shout out the other HBCUs I saw in the chat. Shout out Miles College. Actually, DSU. Are you talking about Delaware State?
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, Delaware State, beautiful campus. Y'all some good folk. But yeah, shout out all the
My
HBCUs in the
friend went
chat.
to Jackson State in
I
Mississippi.
I have a deep seated, as a Southern
I
University
know.
alum,
I know.
deep
That's why I
seated
tell you.
rivalry with
I know.
with Jackson. They all right though. They all right. They all right.
Yeah. I was supposed to
They
go to
family.
Morgan State.
They're
I
my
should have went.
cousins. You should have.
I
You
should
should
have.
have.
I should have went to Morgan State.
I'm
Edged
actually
out.
considering doing my PhD at Morgan.
Oh,
Actually,
do
I'm
it
looking
then.
at it.
Do
I'm
it.
looking at it. I got it. Well, I'm going wherever whoever pay for it. So
That part.
if y'all got connections at these HBCUs and they're gonna pay for my PhD, I'll go over there.
Mel. Mel, thank you. Mel, I said no, but Mel, thank you. There you go. Hey, Swan. Hey.
Hey,
Thank you so
Erica. What's
much,
up?
Mel. Mom, I'm so sorry, Swan. Draw some hearts in the chat for Mel. Thank you so very much, Mel. I appreciate you. Thank you. I said no, but thank you, Mel. Drop those hearts very much. I said no, but thank you. Thank you, Mel. My goodness, guys. Okay. I have to do a little bit of grifting because this is a great conversation. And Swan is here now. So like I'm super excited. Okay, so just a bit of a grift. Oh, I forgot to turn
Ooh,
this off.
I want to grift. Can I grift?
One moment. I forgot to turn this off. It's just gonna be someone ready to slur. Don't worry, guys. Just give me a second.
Call from
Jay.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
They're just gonna slur. They hung up. Okay. They must have heard me say they were gonna slur. All right. They was like, oh man, she spotted me. Okay, but just to grift just a little bit, guys. Okay, so we're almost finished with the gift gallery, y'all. In the gift gallery, we only need 2 of the under controls. So someone has to send 2 under controls. All right, and if we send 2 under controls, then boom, we are finished with the gift gallery for this week. All right, and TikTok still loves me. Okay, TikTok still loves me. So please, 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 2 under controls. I can't believe I just said please, please, please. But yeah, 2 under controls, and we are in there. Thank you all so very much. You guys are friggin' awesome. And also, thank you so much to Jody for the $5 over on PayPal. Jody said, just love to you, Jody. Thank you so very much. Draw some hearts in the chat, y'all. Do all of the good things. And if you'd like to support me, support the stream, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And if you are over on the tube, the best way to support the stream is via a super chat. All right, guys. And I just want to let you know that everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. So thank you all so very much. With that being said, tomorrow for Jay, we're going to do, I'm going to have their pay links up. So for Jay.
I was on with Jay earlier.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
And Jay lives with has cancer, and they sent a really heartfelt and awesome dono tonight. And I just want to make sure. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. I just want to make sure that we can show them some love. So during tomorrow's live, we're going to go ahead and take care of Jay and send them some love tomorrow. So make sure you join us for that. And also take care of Swan because she's friggin' amazing. And also Malcolm while they are here and we're having this awesome conversation. I'm only going to bring up a Trump supporter if they agree with it. Swan doesn't really do politics. Just want to let you all know that. All right. So it's unlikely she agrees. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much.
By all means, I love talking to Blaga. I do. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we gave him a name. We got a we got a name
Blaga.
for him. I was calling him Coons the whole time.
Nope, call them they're Blaga. And
all right, we got the
yeah
the Blagas for sure. 10-4.
I did not know that about you.
That I like talking to Blaga?
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought I like talking to them, but
I think it's because they have convinced themselves that they have a level of power, but then when you hit them with the question, you do realize you're voting alongside like the far right. So have you sat down and had a conversation with them? Have you been able to yield any level of power to benefit even just yourself, right? Because we know it's not going to benefit Black people as a whole. Have you been able to sit down with them and yield power for yourself? Nope, you can't. You know you can't, and it humbles them every single time.
We did it, guys.
Also,
we did it. We lit up the gift gallery. No, you're fine. We did it, guys. We lit up the gift gallery. It's lit up. It's taken care of. Let me get this thing off of here. I don't want somebody sending another damn lion. That's crazy work. Okay. Thank you all so very much. We lit it up. We're awesome. Like TikTok is gonna still love me next week. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so very much. You know, TikTok puts me under a lot of pressure. I just want to say that. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my therapist about this and tell her that work is stressing me out.
No, that's real.
I know.
Now, Swan, something you said though. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something you said though. Was like Blaga have, and this happens, and this is like a socio-political. Actually, this is like political psychology now. Like you were really in your bag, Swan. You in your bag now. Like political psychology, they have attached themselves to a pseudo reality or to just some shit that don't exist. And in order to like stay in it, they have to continually put up more and more walls around themselves. And so eventually what happens is this psychological concept called foil à la deux or shared psychosis, in which they become so detached from reality that it would hurt their mental health to actually plug into real reality, to like see the truth.
Fallacy.
Yes, it's that, but like progressively in living form.
Ew.
So like a constantly projected, reinforced version of that that affects an entire group of society.
Okay.
And it is insane to hear them talk, like to hear what's going on in that when they like project that and like tell that to people in reality, or try to like argue against like facts, like not opinions, like argue against factual things. It's kind
I've
of like
heard one of them. Oh my bad. Sorry, go ahead.
it's insane. It's insane to hear him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I heard one literally explaining out. He was like, this is not funny, but he was like, I just choose to like believe in the things that are, just important to me. I can't think about the reality because it will just like he literally explained it out and I'm just like, bro, explained it out and he doesn't even know that he's
Brother,
stuck in this
relax.
place that is not realistic. Like he just told us that the reason why he thinks the way that he does is because he's created a made up thing in his head for himself. He explained it all out. And I don't even think that he was aware of like him talking about what he's actually going through. It was very interesting. That individual is also a very problematic individual, in my personal opinion. But when I do have these discussions with them, I tend to ask them because they do kind of make it seem as though they want the community to succeed. They do think that the right is going to serve Black people because Democrats have let us down, and that's how they word it, right? So my thing is always to ask them like bring it back to reality, kind of like what you were saying. So I remember I was talking to two Black men that voted for Trump, and what seals the deal for them, I think, is obviously patriarchy, because we see it more with men, and I think that's because of patriarchy, that added layer of their intersection. I think also homophobia and transphobia. I hate to say it, but that's like one of the things that like really grabs them in. So I was talking to one of them, and he was about a business. He said that there were people who were like conservative that had given him, I think, like $15,000 to start a business, and he was like, "I feel like we can do these types of things on our own." And I was like, "Yeah, you never heard of the Fearless Fund, though, have you?" Right? So, anyways, I was what did I say to him? Oh, I told him I was like, "Here's the thing, though. You think that you voted in a way that's going to be beneficial for the progression of Black people." But why aren't you not talking then about the fact that Donald Trump and his administration, their actions, all of the anti-DEA propaganda has caused more than 300,000 Black women to lose their jobs? Now, let's just do some math real quick, right?
In
Because I
5
don't know
months.
like the exact
The time
statistics,
the
but let's
timeline is important there. It was in 5 months. That wasn't over a long period of time.
right, exactly. And I think it was targeted because who is the most college educated demographic group here in the United States? They can't
Black
have
women.
that be Black people, right? So if we had 300, let's say there was 300,000 Black women exactly that lost their jobs, right? And let's say that each one of them was making like $50,000. When you multiply that, right? How much of a financial loss did the Black community just take? That
Come
would
on.
be Chris more money as a community because he was a business person, and you feel as though maybe you can somehow, but I don't know, maneuver things in a way that similar to what he did because he's a get rich quick guy, but he had the money to do that from his family. He could be the get rich quick guy. It doesn't matter if he messes up or not because he has a safety net some way somehow. We do not. But I was
That's
like, you
skin in the
never
wind.
thought about the fact that Black women, that amount of Black women have lost their jobs. If they were all making $50,000, that's a $15 billion loss. Now, I don't know what the real actual numbers are, but I was like, you voted for that. Yeah, I was like, you chose that. You voted for that. So you can't sit here and say that you thought that it would make us more money. And in addition to that, I mean, that capitalism is it means
Come
that
on.
Black people
Not
are
come on.
always going to be oppressed
Yes.
if we continue to function in capitalism.
Come on.
Anyways, can't go that far with them. But when I said that to him, he was kind of stuck and he kind of stopped talking and he kind of slowed down. And I was like, yeah, look, you voted the wrong way.
I want to
Come on.
pull up this quote
You
because
talking that talk. And also, like, we're living in the midst of like the greatest wealth transfer
yes,
the greatest transfer of wealth
mm-hmm.
from the bottom to the top in American history.
I want to bring
Matt says, I'm quarter black and non-binary and drive a truck and still love Trump. Then your brain is silky smooth.
What are we supposed to do with that information? I
I
don't
don't know.
care.
Like, what you want me to do, Matt? Pray for you? I don't know, brother. Thoughts and prayers?
Find a couch.
You a self-hating quadroon? I don't I don't know what to tell you, big dog. You should go talk to the lady.
Go talk to the lady. Thank you.
Go
Go
talk to
talk
the
to the
lady.
lady.
I'm a
Go
huge advocate. We're talking to the lady.
saying?
Go get your
They
help.
were trolling,
Go
but
get your
they're
help.
not. Their page is like serious. I thought they were trolling.
Oh,
No,
they're
dead
serious,
ass.
Swan?
I clicked on. No, I clicked on it too. They for real.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
They in the psychosis. If they
Jesus.
are a quarter black, I don't think they are.
The hell is a quarter black?
Well, that does happen now. That happens.
I
You
don't
know,
want to
all right.
know. Nope, 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 nope. Not
You
doing it.
you'll have that on them big jobs.
Not
But
doing it. Nope, nope.
oh,
Okay.
come on, Fred.
This is
Chairman.
a quote that I do like because it makes a lot of sense to me. But I don't think that I myself have pretty much determined 100% which ideology I agree with. In learning about democratic socialism, I like democratic socialism in a sense. I don't think that communism is something that we'll ever see in my lifetime, all right, or even in my
Well,
son's or his kids. And I
okay,
think I
well,
could
you
be
can't
okay
have
with
a.
social democracy.
Also, like you can't have a pure anything, right?
That's
Like if
true.
we're talking about like the actual, it's like political science is really just about the distribution of power. That's how.
Mm-hmm.
That's at its base level. It's not civics. It's not government. It's the distribution of power in a society. Who has power? How they got it? How has their use of power affected groups without it? And also, what is the long-term projection of the effects of X group having X power? That's the bait. That's basically what it is. And so, like, because of like, there's power is always distributed. It can be concentrated, but even when power is concentrated, it's still distributed. There can't be there will never be a pure anything. You will never have a purely social democracy. You will never have a
So,
pure socialist country or a pure
which one do
communist
you
state.
think here in the United States, like, which one do you think that this country would shift towards?
I think the United States right now is heading towards social democracy.
I think so too. And see, that's why I
And that's
say
just the
I'm okay
logical
with
next
it.
step of the evolution. That's the logical next
Okay.
step of the evolution.
And that's why
Because,
I can be
yeah.
okay with it because, again, I'm okay with paying a higher tax if it means that everyone, all right, will have the benefits, the welfare basically that they need to have a better life experience.
Also, yeah, it wouldn't start with us though. Like the way you like, if the United States were to
Oh,
do
no, how about that?
a socially democratic wealth redistribution,
Mm-hmm.
well, no, because this can happen in your lifetime.
You think
It
so?
would start. Well, yes, absolutely. Because what we're experiencing right now, and this is public administration, which is what happens after political science. That's just the next step.
Okay.
So political science is the study of power. Public administration is the study of how power does things.
Okay.
And that was my master's degree, which I did do at a PWI. My bad, but they pay for it though.
They
That's
pay
that's a
for it. We
that's
get it. We understand. We get
that's that's a few of my 40 acres and my mule. They pay for it.
it. We
But
understand.
so but no. So the reason why we're going into social democracy is because we have so much wealth concentrated at such high levels
Yes.
that we would not even have to, as far as taxation is concerned, we don't even have to tax the lower class more. We just got to wealth tax folks.
Yep.
Now, one thing I have my issues with Elizabeth Warren, but one thing that she proposed, she and Bernie Sanders, that I was like, all right, y'all talking my talk now, wealth tax,
I'm
and
okay
she
with it.
was talking 2 and 3%. I'm thinking like, let's go all the way back to what the wealth tax was when we invented the middle class, when the middle class came to exist. That's like 90%.
Yep. It was
Bring
up
that
there.
back.
Liv always talked
Bring
about
that
that.
back.
Yep.
Yeah, bring
So,
that back.
a question
So,
from the chat because I do want to go over this quote. I want both of your
oh, for sure.
opinions
No,
on
yeah,
it.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to like overrun your
But
stuff.
with no, I totally understand. You told me you had all three. I already knew what this was gonna be.
Yeah,
You're good, I promise. But someone asks, what would you consider Bernie Sanders to be?
Bernie Sanders is a democratic socialist.
That's what. Yeah, he's a
He is.
Democratic socialist.
He's like forced to work within capitalist confines because he's in Congress.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you read anything, and
That's
Bernie
literally
Sanders,
how
let
I
me give
opened my
him.
video.
I'll say, and let me give him credit where his due. Bernie Sanders has been down, been
Not a
like
fan of
Buddy
his.
went
But here's the
like
thing. But Malcolm, here's the thing. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but here's the deal.
no
Right?
worries.
here's the thing. Bernie Sanders is a democratic socialist, yet he hasn't, in my opinion, all right, done the hang on, maybe the due diligence might be the word. I'm not sure what the word is, but he hasn't done to me a good job of explaining to people what a democratic socialist is. Because what ends up happening, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about this earlier, and we did. A lot of people think that the Nordic model is democratic socialism and is not. All right. There is not going to be a country on this planet, all right, that actually practices successfully, all right, socialism. All right. It's not going to
Not that the
happen.
United States didn't bomb and
That part,
economically
I get
sanction.
that. I be
Yeah,
taking pauses
yeah.
sometimes, but
Oh,
yes,
my bad.
exactly. That the United States, all right, or any other Western civilization is not going to go into and stop it, because as Malcolm and I were discussing earlier, they cannot allow it to work, because if they allow it to work, that will be showing the populace, all right, that the means of production can in fact be returned back to the worker. All right, it can be done, it can be successful, and people can live happy lives. You don't have to be a worker bee, you don't have to be subjugated to capitalism. So there's that. So that's why they can't let it work. It's not because the Nordic countries are white. No, it's not that. It's literally because this Nordic model is still capitalism. They just have some extra
Mhm.
laws in place. That's it. That's it. And some
Sounds
extra
different.
laws that forces them to pay a higher tax. But so it's not that. It's not that. What do you guys think? I think we all agree actually. So there
I
we go.
agree. The preservation of capitalism has always been very violent,
Mm-hmm.
like very, very violent. So I agree. I don't think that there's any politician that would truly be comfortable, not one that actually has a chance, that would truly be comfortable speaking about things like this, because there some way somehow their voice will be silenced, especially with the shift that we see right now. So like
Mm-hmm.
this might be kind of like extreme, because I always look at it not just as what happens here in the United States. I think we have to take into consideration like all the entire planet,
Yeah.
all countries, if that makes sense. But right
Absolutely.
now, what we're seeing is a shift. We're seeing the maintenance part of the hierarchy of racism remaining in place and white supremacy. We're seeing maintenance right now. That's why,
Yeah.
like, when people talk about Renee Nicole Good being unalived and she was white and there's no more white privilege, no. Whiteness will backfire and sacrifice white people,
Every
right?
time.
Whenever it
White
needs to
women.
like build itself back up even stronger. So that's what we're seeing right now.
Exactly.
But I don't think that I don't think that there's a politician that can talk about anything outside of capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of how we've all been indoctrinated. Like there's people that are like, you guys are a bunch of communists. Oh, what the hell is wrong with your evil? You're all the this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, you obviously don't know what it is. But that's that indoctrination that I think people, have been forced to believe, for those that don't necessarily take the time to understand what's happening.
So that's gonna lead me to the quote by Fred Hampton. So Fred Hampton said, "We don't think you fight fire with fire best. We think you fight fire with water best. We're going to fight racism not with racism, but we're going to fight with solidarity. We say we're not going to fight capitalism with black capitalism, but we're going to fight it with socialism. We're stood up and said we're not going to fight reactionary pigs and reactionary states attorneys like this and reactionary states attorneys like Hammerarn. How you say that name? Hanrahan, I got it, Hanrahan, with any other
Yeah.
reactions on our part. We're going to fight their reactions with all of us people getting together and having an international proletarian revolution, right? I know he was a full blown communist, right? But the things in which he mentioned make sense. It makes sense to me because, again, uh, I'm going to shut up about communism. But it makes sense to me, guys. And the reason why it makes sense is because of the solidarity. A tenet of white supremacy, right, is that it basically it pits people marginalized communities against each other. Is what it. All right, so that they both keep working for the white man. Okay, that's what it does,
Talk that
and
talk.
that's why I appreciate someone like Caso's message, because Caso is all about black and brown unity, which I do respect. And so I think that once we all can shed, that this whatever that belief is, that if I can't have it, no one else can have it, because that's not us. All right. We're about community. All right. We're about there's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. You know, there
Thank
everyone can
you.
have a
That's
seat. And that's what we're about. And that's black and brown communities. But white
it's every
supremacy,
community.
well,
Well, you're right. You're right.
white supremacy though, it does tell us, it tells us that, you know what, there's only so much room, and you got to fight the brown man for your spot, you got to fight the Asian man for your spot. All right,
It's the big lie of the Confederacy. It's the big lie of the
there you
Confederacy
go.
that you, poor white man, the reason you don't have is because of these other marginalized groups. But if you give me your political power, if you give me the capitalist who owns the means of production, your financial power, I'll look out for you and create a ladder for you. And they fell for it, and they're still falling for it. And that's why, I get into it with Foundation. I was actually on a live with the FBA.
Mm-hmm.
We were going back and forth, and he was like, "So you don't believe in by any means necessary?" And I was like, "No, actually, I do believe in by any means necessary because I want Black people to be free so badly that I will help free anybody else to do it."
Exactly. There you go.
Like if
Basically.
Asian if Asian Americans need me to help them free them so Black people can be free, that's how bad I want Black people to be free. If I need to stand in solidarity with Chicano folks, with Latino folks, then I'll do that if that means Black people get free. You don't mean by any means necessary because you're exclusionary. I don't care if I don't care who needs to be free. Black folks, white folks,
Yep.
Asian people, Latino folks, trans people, other people in the LGBTQIA community plus. I will free anybody if that means my people get to be free.
Exactly.
And that's what got Malcolm killed.
Because he
They
was
didn't
what
kill Miller.
he had come to the point where he
Mal-
understood he
Malcolm did his
understood
highs.
the usefulness of the white man. We call that a utility. All right. He
Thank you.
understood in
Come on now.
working, yes, in working with them to accomplish what it was that he wanted, which was the freedom of.
To Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why, obviously, my name. But that's why Malcolm did his Hajj to Mecca.
Yep.
He did his pilgrimage to Mecca. He saw that there were Muslims of all cultures, of all colors.
He saw
And that's when he
blue-eyed,
realized.
blonde-hair Muslims, and he was like,
Exactly. And that's when he realized that
worshiping
the
the same
Nation of
God as
Islam, the
Yep.
Nation of Islam had it wrong.
Yep.
And that's when Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan had him knocked off.
Yeah.
Same thing with Dr. King.
Tap, tap,
Dr.
tap the screen,
King,
y'all. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Do all the good things.
Dr. King drifted from nonviolent resistance to including radical redistribution of wealth for all people.
Malcolm, before we go off, Swan, I saw your hand in the chat, love. You jump in
My
at any
bad, my bad.
time. No,
Yeah,
it's
jump
okay.
in. My
So,
fault.
Swan, what you're dealing with, all right, is you're dealing with me. I have ADHD, so I can ramble. And then, like Malcolm, he has
All three of them.
ADHD. He's also
I have
gifted, and he
ADHD
lives with
too.
autism.
Got you. I have ADHD too. I be all
Look
over the
at
place.
us.
Okay.
Um,
Look at us.
I was gonna
Look at
say,
us.
but I don't do anything about it. So yeah, but I just be trying to, just swing it, which is a nightmare. But anyways, that's another conversation for another day.
I'm not
But
formally medicated. I informally medicate,
yeah. I was gonna say earlier when you guys were talking about the Revolutionary War and how they were able to break away from, the powers that they came from, and why it's difficult to kind of do that now, it's because of the scapegoating. That's the key, is the scapegoating, right? So Muslim people, people who are migrants, and then people who are not white right now are being blamed. Now, the reason why it is really hard to try and permeate this, right, with solidarity is because they've been indoctrinated, and this indoctrination started a couple years ago online. It is in the palm of their hands. I don't think that people were talking about red pill content enough, right? When I first looked up red pill content, this is probably like 3 years ago, when I was looking into it, trying to understand like what the hell are people talking about, and I saw that this was something that was originally started by the alt right.
Yes.
Okay, they
Absolutely.
were upset about feminism. They felt as though having this level of, it's not even like an actual level of equality, but having this facade of equity or equality between men and women was a problem. They needed to continue to dominate, right? So they started this whole red pill movement, the manosphere, and it's grown, right?
Yep.
And so what we're seeing is the result of red pill content indoctrinating people into the alt-right pipeline. Now, here's the thing that people need to understand. Anybody can be radicalized by this. It does not matter what your gender identity is, and it does not matter what your race is. It doesn't matter. Anybody can be indoctrinated into this, right? So now we see people with this ideology, right? They're in the alt-right, but they're not necessarily told that they're a schnazi. They're not necessarily told that they're a triple K. You know, they're not necessarily
Yeah.
told that they are these things. It's red pill. So they're thinking to themselves like, okay, and this is what it is. So what's happening right now, and I think this is why it's different from the like what happened with the Revolutionary War, is because there is something that is speaking to the perceived experience of white men, right? Like this is why Trump won, because he is what they envision themselves or what
Yes.
they are socialized into thinking that they can become. This
Absolutely.
is
I
why
agree with
when it
that.
comes to ICE, and I was saying this earlier when I was on Smitty's panel, when it comes to ICE, I don't know if y'all have looked at the, I need everybody to go and look into the like marketing of joining ICE. Go look at the way that they've been marketing this. It is definitely YT supremacy. This like they've been compared to a YT supremacist group. Y'all already know my topic lately, and I'll be going live tonight. Y'all know I'll be up all night into the morning. Whenever we're done
Yeah,
here.
what time? What time? What time?
Um,
I want to see
We'll
your
hop
rate.
over.
It's over 500
We'll
people here,
support. I'll send you some gifts or something.
and you know.
oh,
I'm
when
gonna
you
start a panel.
yeah, when you, well, I guess whenever you're about to end, I can go over and start. It doesn't matter to me. I'm okay, yeah. So then I'll go start after this. But just be aware, y'all. My space is a little rowdy
Third
sometimes.
shift is so much fun. I love me some. Oh man,
Girl,
third shift. I'll be happy as hell.
you got them blackers over there, huh?
Well, that,
FBA.
but also, yeah, them. Oh man, I think, well, last night we had a lot of we definitely had a lot more white team men, but that's because the topic
Whoa.
was ICE equals soldiers of white supremacy. But if you look at the marketing that they use to try and reel people in and recruit people, it is definitely YT supremacist like propaganda that they're using to try and bring them in. So here you have this group of white men that feel like they've been silenced, right? And they're like, no, I have to take back what belongs to me. This is why it's so difficult to get everybody on the same page. And I think that that is the one group, it is, I hate to say it, but it's poor white men that are
So
going
true.
to be the group that we have to like get, you know what I'm saying, like dig into. This is why white women, I think y'all should continue down your route of not wanting to deal with white men. You know, I'm just saying, I think that that's effective. I ain't gonna lie, I think it's effective because they think of themselves as they need to have a family. I gotta get married, I gotta have a wife, I gotta have a family. Like that's your role, white women, that's your role. Okay, tell them that their behavior, can I say it?
Go ahead, say it.
Can I say the word?
Say it.
Tell them that their behavior is coochie repellent, okay?
Yes.
And then I think that, you know, I think we'll find a way in. But that's the only reason why I think that when it comes to spoken to, they've been emboldened, and this started 3 years ago. I don't know if y'all have ever been on Musk's platform. I'll just say it like that because I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to say anything that'll get you flagged. But if so, the Garrison Hayes, I'm not sure if y'all know who he is, but he put out a video talking about the indoctrination that's being forced onto people online. So you've got these accounts on his platform. These accounts are putting out information that has to do with IQ, that has to do with race science and race realism, right? This is truly like, this is why they're so emboldened, is because that whole like pseudoscience, pseudo history of whiteness truly being superior has been reignited. It's been reignited, and it's happening online, right? And it's happening in sites where we may not necessarily see it because we don't look into that content, but for them it's so easy for them to fall into it. And I think that this is completely brainwashed them. And the difference between the falling into the alt-right pipeline today versus in the past is that it's in the palm of their hand and they're never turning it off. They're never turning it off. Now you add an AI. We had a discussion with the Schnazi on my panel, myself and Covey, the other morning, and he was young. And he, like, people were triggered by his content, and he kept on typing in the chat anytime we were talking. I just want to be respectful. I really want to be respectful. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, he just sounds so young. He's from Bulgaria. He's from Eastern Europe.
Oh, I
And
heard that.
yeah, so when we were talking to him, I was like, listen, you've been lied to. You've been I was like, do you make a lot of money? And he said no. I was like, I'm gonna tell you why. It's because you believe the things that you've been told. He said he's been on Musk's platform and he was watching video after video after video of people harming white people, of people trying to like take white men's power away from them. And it was really interesting because I'm like, this is why. So we started telling him, like, I was like, bring up a scenario. So he brought up a scenario, we fact checked it, and it was wrong. And by the end of the conversation, he was just like, yeah, I didn't really think about that. Like, I get really upset because when I was watching these videos, I got so angry, and this is how I got to this point. And we were like, well, there's a way for you to get out of it. Like, you should free yourself.
Yep.
You should be upset that they lied to you. You should be upset that this content is out here preying on you. You should be upset about that. And the conversation ended really well, in my personal opinion. But that's what we have to permeate, is that poor white teen men that have been radicalized, that feel as though this is their time to shine, if that makes sense.
I agree. I don't need to say anything else. I agree with you. That's why I just tell people, I'll just say this, when it comes to your children, all right, boys and girls, teach them to be inquisitive and allow them to exercise those critical thinking skills. Allow them to ask questions, to dig deeper. Because if you raise a child that is told that they're not supposed to question authority, that you do as I say, not as I do, you raise a child like that, then we're going to get a bunch of people like that young man that Swan and Colby talked to. Because, I mean, how do you see something like that and then not go research it? You know, but that's what we're living in. But Swan, go live.
Okay, I'm gonna go start it up.
Okay.
I'll see you guys over there.
All right, see you, Swan. Thank you. All right, guys. Oh, Swan, wait. If you haven't left yet, Swan, make sure you guys are following Swan. So when she goes live, you get the alert. Okay, get the alert because we are going to be sending a raid over there. Okay, so make sure you're following Swan. Thank you very, very much. You all are appreciated. All right, thank you. All right, again, Swan, thank you so much for being here, love. I will see you in a few.
Yes, I dropped a comment, so if y'all need to follow me from the comment section, you can.
Awesome. You know what you're doing. You're professional. All right, taking notes. See you, love. Okay, guys. Malcolm. We got one. Malcolm turned his camera off, so I think he gone. Your food order came. You about to go eat? I can't do that. Hey, Make America Great Again. Are you black? You did all of that just to do that? Get out of here, stupid. Get out of here. It's just stupid for no reason. Hello. Stupid. No, made no sense. Anywho, what was I about to do? Okay. So this was friggin' fantastic. I've tried to tell you guys that I enjoy talking to intelligent people so very much. I really, really do. I love speaking to like people who like know stuff that I can learn from, and I'm always learning from Swan because she's just so friggin' like just smart. Like she knows like a lot about a lot. She's one of those people. She's absolutely amazing and so gracious, and just fantastic. Swan's great. Also, glad to have met Malcolm. I saw Malcolm come into Joey's live, and he was on the panel there, and he was talking basically, I believe, about geopolitics, and specifically, I think it was in regards to Venezuela. And I was like, follow. There we go, follow. Even put in the comments, you are welcome on my panel anytime. So glad to have met him. I love smart people. Okay, I do. All right. My mom always told me a few different things, but one of those would be a closed mouth don't get fed. So you got to ask questions. All right. And the second one is, all right, you do not want to be the smartest person in the room. If you are, you are in the and I think that's a huge difference between the people that I know All right. And the people that come up on these panels. The people that come up on these panels think that they're the smartest person in the room. They are. And unfortunately for them, they typically are. They typically are the smartest person in the room. So, yikes. But hey, Peach. Hey, Peach. With that being said, we're just waiting for Swan to get set up. It's still over 500 people up in here. Before we go, oh, Peach, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, but my mouth is not moderately lubricated right now. I do need to drink some water. Gonna do that.
Oh, I was a little concerned for your friend.
I had to drink some water. No, Peach knows what I'm talking about.
No, I'd be like that. I'd do the same thing.
No, it was so funny.
Oh, shout out any members
Oh,
of
that's
Zeta
good
Phi
to
Beta
hear.
Sorority Incorporated who may be in the live. Happy Founders Day. My wife is a Zeta. My favorite
Awesome.
sorority. Shout out to them. If you might be in another sorority. Shout out to y'all. But
I wanted
today
to
though.
pledge Delta.
Did you?
I wanted to. I did not. I
Mm.
didn't go. I didn't go to Morgan State.
It's not too late.
It's
It's
a
never
whole
too
long
late.
story.
They got
I
they got the.
know. I know they have the graduate chapters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's never too late now.
I
Don't do that.
know. Moderately lubricated mouth or regions. That is a tongue twister for me. I gotta
No,
make
I was
sure I
about to say
say that
that's a
correctly.
y'all got some words.
Moderately
Y'all got some
lubricated
words on y'all.
mouth or regions. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, if
no.
anybody's
Go ahead.
shameless plug,
Go
if
ahead.
anybody's interested in educational content, y'all should follow my wife at Briology, Bri Hot Boots and Binders. I can drop that in here. Happy Founders Day. Oh, yep, that
Put
was
that
yep,
in the
yep.
chat.
Y'all sure were yesterday. That was y'all's day. My sister's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Oh,
She
AKA.
pledged
Awesome.
at yep Beta Upsilon down at Dillard University in New Orleans.
Nice.
So shout out to the good to y'all folks.
Drop her.
I'm unaffiliated. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
let
put
me
her
like
at in the chat. He's
I
gonna
don't want
copy
it to be
it. Yeah.
yeah I don't want it to be wrong.
But yeah, I enjoy like having these types of conversations like bring me so much joy. And actually these are the types of conversations that actually get me excited. Like the whole
No
like
saying.
debates and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, it's all right. It allows me to get some of the aggression that I want to get out. That's about it. Other than that, it's like
Yeah, I
okay.
used to like the debates, but like now that I'm like, all right, this is what needs to be happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm so much more invested in like the spreading information,
Yeah.
educating folk, filling in the gaps, et cetera, et cetera. And also like, but that's just what needs to be happening right now. It's like earlier, I think somebody asked like, oh yeah, let me do this, let me do this, let me do one
Put it in
thing
the chat. You gotta
at a
focus,
time. I'm not
man.
I can't. My brain don't do that.
There we go. I made sure I can't have people thinking that I'm an AKA. No, I cannot claim that. I did not walk. No, I did not walk. I did not cross. Okay, I did not pledge and I did not cross. All right. All right. I can't have people thinking that. That would not be okay.
Hold on, let me. I gotta go to her profile, get it in cut.
Okay. All right. Bring it back. Okay, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. Well, I want people to follow his wife, so I want people to do that. I want people to follow Malcolm's wife for educational content because I think that that's important. So we want to do that, and then I also want us to start our Swan raid. Thank you so much. What is that gift? I don't know what that gift is, but thank you so very much for it. Thank you. There's Malcolm again. All right, and guys, if we could, can we knock out the remaining heart puffs before we head up on out of here? Just heart puffs, a 1 cent gift. Knock those out so we
I
can on a
just
good note.
dropped it. I just
You
dropped
just
her.
dropped it.
I
Okay,
just dropped her
awesome.
ad. That's it right there. So if
Okay,
y'all
let
want to,
me
yeah,
do this
and
real
that's
quick.
education content. She's a classroom teacher. Also, in the Navy Reserve for any military folks. She's boots and binders, balancing that. But yeah,
Awesome. I love Black excellence. We do every fucking
you
thing.
know,
But no. So here's the thing. I have this idea. It's called the Party Project, And what I want to talk to
Yeah.
people about is like the different types of ideologies that are there, and like so
Mm.
people can figure out what they align with, so they can like
Okay.
flesh out
Okay.
their ideologies. Um, Similar to like what we were doing in regards to like discussing the differences between social democracy and democratic socialism. But
Okay.
I want
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, have those types of conversations with people. And then also because the midterms are coming, right?
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
the the unfortunate thing is that people spend so much time trying to figure out what they are, that when the time finally comes for them to make a decision, we end up doing purity tests on these
Hmm.
candidates because they don't
Yep. I
fit
was gonna say
all of
yep.
these things. Yeah. And so then we get a Donald Trump. I don't want no more Donald Trumps. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want any more Donald Trumps. I simply don't. And so that's why I'm like, can we like get people to understand like what it is that they actually do believe in and what may more align with that. And then the next part of that is let's look at candidates that are running in your local area, and let's see what do they stand for. And then with that being said, making sure that people do the things that they're supposed to do, that they
100%.
register to vote, they participate in primaries, all of those things, because before we know it, people are going to be announcing their run for presidency. They're going to
Oh,
be
I was gonna say people are already now like I have some friends. So for context, I've worked for DNC. I also have like one of my closest friends. She campaigned with Kamala Harris.
uh-huh.
I also have friends who work in like nonpartisan organizing, more ideologically based organizing.
Mhm.
And like we absolutely need to be helping people understand like what ideologies they subscribe to so they know how to be politically, so they know how to interact politically.
Exactly.
And yeah, and like again, unpacking especially some of like the preconceived notions around like what certain parties are or what ideologies fall under what parties. Like there are people, for example, there are people who think there are no markets in a socialist economy. There are markets under socialism. All a market means is you have something that I want that I don't have access to.
Yep.
I have something that you want that you don't have access to necessarily, and we exchange,
Exactly.
whether that's the barter system or any other
But there's still a market.
market. Like yeah, so like it's still a
Yeah.
market. Like you don't lose markets under socialism. So
Exactly.
it's like people. I hate when people are like, oh. Well, if we have socialism, there are no iPhones. It's like, well, no, Apple would still like you can still generate income and buy things that you want from people. You're not being exploited by a $1 billion company to do that.
Mhm. So I have to read a few things off, and then we
Oh,
have
for
to
sure.
get. I'm gonna do the raid because I told my mods I wasn't gonna go over a certain like time limit, and I think I'm over it by about 15 or 20 minutes. So I got to make sure because they be having stuff to do. But let me see. It's not you, Malcolm. I promise it's not you because I'll do it too. I'll sit here and I'll talk, and I will just talk, and then I'll start telling dad jokes like
That's
Donald Trump,
hilarious.
like in his
Oh no,
voice. It gets strange over here. It's
that's crazy.
yeah,
I'll be wild.
yeah, I be doing a lot. But Tube, we're about to call it over there on the Tube, but I need to look into this first because Joshi sent a super chat. Joshi, you sent us a $2 super chat, so thank you. And you said, should I donate to NBPP for self defense? I have to look to see what that is. But then you said it sounds like NABPP is better, just trying to support. Totally understand. I just have to know what those are. So let me look those up here because
I think those are like Black Panther Party affiliates. I'm
oh,
guessing.
okay. Yeah, the new African Black Panther Party. Okay. Interesting.
Here's my only thing with the new Black
I'm
Panther
out of
Party.
I'm
If
out of
they are
clicks.
not promoting the same like comprehensive community investment that the original Black Panther Party was talking, like not even talking about, was doing, that's my personal. This is me. That's my only personal holdup. if they're not talking about that same reinvestment in community, because again, we got free lunch, Black Panther Party, free
Yeah.
breakfast, Black Panther Party, like during the workday childcare, Black Panther Party. So if they're not doing that same sort of service to the community, fulfilling community need, then I wouldn't mess with them. But if they are, send them the money. Absolutely tap in. Like if they're with community defense and meeting community need, I'm all for it.
So, Joshi, what I can say is that I couldn't tell you which one is the best to donate to. I would say that you would have to do your research on both of them. And
Yeah.
the only reason why I say that is because, as you can see, reading off those in the acronym, I wasn't familiar with them. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold you. I would never tell you to put your money somewhere that I am not aware of or familiar with. So I would just say, love, make sure you do your research and just go from there. That's what I can tell you. Then also, like, listen to the people who know more. Like Malcolm knows more. He just gave you some good advice. I would say take that and do what you please. And then also, I just also want to say thank you so much for the love, by the way. So y'all drop some hearts in the chat for Joshi. Thank you so, so very much. And also, Ms. Bugs, thank you so, so very much to Ms. Bugs for the $5 super chat. Miss Bugsby said, "Here, Erica, damn, just because." Thank you, Auntie Bugs. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so
I need
very
to start.
much.
I need to start going live. Set
Thank
me up
you.
a super chat or something. I
Like,
ain't never
I
did that before.
love her. She is funny. She does that to Hector and I. She be like, "Here, damn," and I'd be like, "Thank you, thank you." Let me make sure if I don't have anything else over here. I don't know why I went to that. Yeah, it's time for me to go. Cause once I get on for too long, I start like just tapping stuff that I'm not supposed to, even though the icons look different. It's a whole thing.
Indeed.
So, Malcolm, thank you so so very much for
Of
joining.
course.
Um,
Happy.
your
Happy to
knowledge
join.
immeasurable. Thank you so so very much. That's all I can say. Thank you so much, and
Thank you for having me.
of course,
Thank you for letting me come up here and yap and be
of course,
all,
yes.
what do they call it? Thrice exceptional. Thank you
Price
for having
exceptional.
me.
Yes. Thank you. Of course.
Yeah.
Guys, make
So
sure you are following Malcolm. All right. For the you do poli
I'll be
sci
back.
content, right?
I do. Yeah, basically the whole gamut. Like
Okay, great.
local organizing content to
Awesome.
Louisiana, general political content, all of that. I just got live access recently, so I'm gonna start doing my own lives.
Awesome.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, are you also a Southern alum and NBR? Oh yeah, shout out, old Southern, dear Southern. Go
Awesome.
Jags.
Awesome. Well, Malcolm, thank you again so much for joining us here tonight. All right. Make sure you keep doing all the good things. And like you said, you'll be back. And bro, know that you are always welcome. So thank you so much. I
For
appreciate you.
sure. No, thank you for having me. For
Have
sure.
a good one. All
Yeah, y'all be well.
right. Guys, what a great way to end the live. All right. That was a good conversation. I enjoyed that so much. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, that was good. I enjoyed that. All right. It is still about 400 of us up in here. I need you to do two things. All right. Thank you, Bugsby. All right. First things first is make sure you're following Briology. All right. Briology right here on your screen. All right. For educational content. All right. I want you all to do that. And then also on your screens, okay, we have Daddy Swan. All right. If you are not following Swan, I need you to fix that. Okay. Like fix it now. All right. But also, I need you to go raid her. So if you're not following her and you don't have the notification, I need you to go to the search on the tube. All right. And I need you to type in Daddy Swan. You're going to see that she is live. And you're going to go over there and you're going to tap the screen. You're going to share. You're going to repost, knock out the gift goals, show her some love because everything that Swan does on this app goes to the Congo. All right. Anything that Swan gets, it goes to the Congo during her lives. So go show Swan all of the love and let's just do all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right. Tubers, what's about to happen for you is you are about to go to Matt. That's where you can go. You can go to Matt. So I think that's where we should go. Yep, that's where we should go. So let me do that here. Boom. This is me multitasking, and I'm glad to see the numbers going down because I really want you all to go say hi to Swan and just do all of the good things. And also make sure you give my backup a follow. I don't know why I always forget about her, but I do. Okay, let me see here. Content, live. Edit. Okay, so where's my redirect? Oh my gosh, guys. You'd be surprised how much I can't see. I'm just gonna let you all know that. I cannot see. Blind as a goddamn bat. Hey, this is not how you do it, is it? I know this is very riveting, and you all are having so much fun while I figure this out. Erica, why? Oh, it's on customers. I was on the wrong part. That's why. I was like, that don't look right. Oh, Matt's not live? Oh, fudge sickles. Oh well. I don't have anyone to send you to then. Fudge sickles, I'm sorry. I thought Matt was live. And Hector's not live again until Monday. Yes, it's Daddy Swan. All you gotta type in is Daddy Swan. And boom, and then she'll be right there. I kid you not. Let me put it on the screen. Multitasking again. Well, YouTube, I guess you all can just hang out until we end over here on the TikToks. Because, yeah. Turn that off. All right. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I think I might go out on Sunday. Not sure. You know what's crazy, guys? Is my favorite aunt is here. I saw her earlier today. My favorite aunt is visiting. And she came over, but I did not see her in the live. Kind of makes me sad. I'm going to have something to say about that. Here, guys, it's right here on the screen. See? There's Swan. Daddy Swan. Let me, I'm going to hide that one. Here, Swan. Go say hi to Swan, guys. Go say hi to Swan. All right. I'm not sure if you all can see my screen. Can y'all see the screen? It says go raid at Daddy Swan. Go raid at Daddy Swan is right here. There we go. Okay, awesome. Go say hi to Swan. Go do all of the good things, guys. All of the good things, all right? Please, please, please do, okay? Go say hi to Swan. I appreciate you all so, so very much. Hey, Michael, guess what you're about to learn? I'm going to do that because fuck you. Okay, so with that being said, guys, go raid Swan. It's Daddy Swan. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. And I want you all to go say hi to her, tap the screen, share the live, do all of the good things. All right. I am going to find a cookie and a nap. All right. Bubba's with his father. I was about to say other parent, dad, whatever. What is dad? Like, I'm going to go find me a cookie, some Dateline, and a nap. I'm lying. I'm going to TikTok. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much to everyone who tapped the screen, shared the live, who sent a gift, sent a donation, who did all of the good things. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I can't do this without you. And just thank you for sticking around and hanging out. Shout out to my mods, the best mods to ever do it. I appreciate you all so, so very much. That goes for both the TikToks and for the Tube. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you all so, so very much again for all that you do. And with that being said, I leave you with this as I always do. All right. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please, 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 please do something kind for someone else. All right. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Deuces out. Hi, tubers. Tubers, I don't know where to send you, but go do something awesome. Have fun. Go have some tequila or something. I don't know what to tell you. But thank you all so much for being here. I love y'all. Have a great night. Let's do it again tomorrow. Bye.